And here we are, again, episode 21, Call of the Nether Deep Cuts. This time, hopefully no internet cutouts. And we'll see if this all gets mashed together and post-edit anyway. Might hire someone for that.
No one's gonna hear this part.
No one. So what had I believe had last happened was Kieran and Aljin had went aside to have a little chat. I'd asked Aljin about the little red spot. He said it was growing up, and then what was the question you asked me again?
Is there, I mean, I'm concerned about because it's spreading, but is there any concerns, like, what are your concerns right now of this? What is it? I mean, it's Iridium, you said,
Yeah.
But what is that?
That's what they call it. It was, I came here to get away from, Vashra, to, change it up, but also they needed different alliances here, factions in the city were looking out for water, a specialty, Ashari. There's an expedition that had been happening here underneath the city. Everyone always wondered, or perhaps glossed over the fact that in all of this barren desert wasteland that the betrayer got struck down, that there's only one oasis, one pool of water, and it never seems to go away. It's always there, ever plentiful. So the allegiance of, wanking off or something, they started doing dives down there, and they found something. They found these red veins growing, and they started calling it ruidium. It would flare up at the same time whenever the moon, the ruidus, was overhead, and it would flare. And then there's another group that had contacted me for work on the side. Some vermilion occultist red robes creepos, and they found someone to go inside and extract it. I helped on that. And something happened, something changed. They went somewhere else, and then they came back with this raw ore, glowing stronger and brighter than anyone had ever seen it. That's when, and he holds the chest where that, they spread that dot now is, and he said, rubs all around where the rash had used to be and spread. And he said, sometimes you get filling with grief, despair, loneliness, lost hunger. It's a rage that fills your veins. It's like hot iron that pours through you. And it's enough to drive anyone mad. But that's why I couldn't stay in the city any longer. To get out for my own safety and pissed off the wrong folk. And that's when and he kind of trails off. He says, that's when I returned home. And he tries to turn away, and this happened during the whole cut-off monologue, but I was like, hey, Eldrin, make an insight roll, off the cusp, but I'm not the DM. I don't get to make that call right now. But it definitely seems like Kieran, he pauses, and there's a slight stutter of, yeah.
I'm also not the DM. Aljin, make an insight roll.
I will do this, because I'm the DM. Jack, go ahead, roll a d20, and then add because I'm the DM, so I don't, go ahead and write either persuasion or deception on this roll.
So, this is going to be a flat d20.
Okay. Is
6.
Either in persuasion or deception, he sees through either statement. So when you said you returned home, was that a factual statement? Aljin's sort of analyzing the question. So he did return home.
So it's not that he's not being truthful in the moment, I think, is what he reads. It's that slight pause and stutter, and then he averts his gaze from Aljin down to the hand, and then absolutely rubs his chest and looks away. So it's he seems like he is very much he almost said something and then cut himself off.
Gotcha. So he's withholding some information from him. Is it withholding information from him based on the I'll ask, based on what happened at home, or is it something that in his personal life that Aljin really doesn't care about?
Something, yeah. Like it's like it was. He almost slipped up and said something that he's like, I'm really not trying to be honest about whatever that is right now.
Yeah. Yep. I think Aljin's gonna let that go because at this moment he's more concerned about the red thing on his arm than he is about what Kieran has hidden. He's like, okay, well, maybe there's something here. Or I mean, Morgen knew a little bit about this spot. Maybe I wasn't a little hasty on leaving there. I don't know. Speaking with Dudu about their responsibility, it's kind of hinting. And just sort of looks at you and it's like, never mind, because of arguments from past sort of creep up in Aljin's mind of the fight they had outside that mansion before it burnt down and he got mind controlled. The statements he made sort of hit that Saeryn made to Kieran made to Aljin sort of hitting home, and he adverts down. He goes, "We should get back if we want to try to make it to wherever Trixie's bringing us to today."
Aye, let's get back to it. Remember, I ain't your friend.
Yeah, you've made that abundantly clear the last week or so, and that's fine. I mean, that's fine.
And he seems to give a little snort. I was gonna say, just thinking, I'm like, yeah, when this character first got introduced, did not think that these two would be together doing anything.
Well, you didn't think the Aljin Kieran buddy cop movie wasn't going to be a thing?
Oh, so funny.
I kind of thought that was going to happen. Like, I was like, there is a chance these guys are going to be like the best of friends. No, I never thought that.
Movie.
Yeah. Okay. What were the other two? What was Trixie and Dudu doing as everybody sort of makes back, or you see these two walking out away from the party?
So I'm pretty sure if I get a big enough piece of wood and a long enough string, I think I can shoot an arrow at the moon.
Oh, tell me more.
I mean, that's pretty much it. I just kind of sketched it out on a napkin one time, but it made sense because the moon has to, it's there, right? So that's some kind of distance. And arrows travel distance, but they keep coming down. So you have to be able to get it to go far enough away so that instead of coming down, it just hits the moon.
So what you should do is you should wait until the moon is at its biggest. That's when it's closest, yes?
That makes sense. It also happens the moon is biggest right when it's near the horizon. So instead of shooting straight up, I'd have to get a long distance to make sure I don't hit anyone.
You know, I think you could make this work.
And they said I'd never mount anything.
I love them so much.
I know. All right, this is what our campaign is. Our campaign's Dudu Trixie.
A very different Fae than Saeryn.
A very different Fae, yeah.
Oh, Saren's a criminal. Trixie's just having a good time.
The other two come walking back, not in a huff, but sort of like, just sort of in, like, all right, let's go type of a look, the equivalent of if you're sitting around Ohio and they slap their knees and they go, well, that's the walk. If that could be a walk, it's that walk coming up from Aljin. Of all right, let's go. We're heading right that way, right? Points toward a general area.
Yeah, pretty much. You ready to keep going? Yeah?
Yeah. And then like
Yeah.
every now and again, you guys notice Dudu kind of like wets their finger and sticks it in the sand, and then like just like sucks the sand off the finger like it's like a fun dip.
You get used to that.
That's. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this information.
Nah, you get used to that. Trust me. Don't worry about it. Let's keep
okay.
going.
All right. As the sun is about ready to go down, you guys, make your way to the location. You see where Trixie is pointing out in the mountainside. You start taking it, following the hill, the foot of the mountain, and you find that the path at the top, like I said before, is pretty wide. A very top peaks, probably hundreds of feet up. But as it comes down, it almost looks like it goes into a crack. Like it almost looks like two mountains were shoved together at one point in time by some sort of force, but that seems silly. But it doesn't seem like these two mountains were like naturally formed at this point. It seems like it is almost like something that made this look like this. And give me perception or survival at this point.
I'll do survival. 22 for Kieran.
22. Trixie and Kieran, I think everybody's going to notice with 13, Dudu, you notice on the outsides that there are like almost like a dog tracks, like that are like sort of going out from here and out and around. You notice it's like I don't know what kind of dogs are in this area, but you see it looks like dog tracks that are going out. Trixie and Kieran, you notice those tracks are blended in with a bunch of humanoid, like bipedal tracks. Weirdly enough, mishmash of booted tracks and barefooted tracks that are going in and out of here. Even with the 24, hard to decipher how many people are actually making that, through and from to and from path, but it is a little more well traveled than before. Out there, you guys were sort of taking the path out, and it was mostly cart tracks. This is like obviously footpath.
Lot of feet around here.
We try to go around or barrel through.
I think Trixie's interested in actually following these tracks.
Okay.
Because they're searching for bandits who've been abducting people, and maybe we just stumbled on them and they're, pet dogs.
Yeah. So you were given, like you said, the person you were speaking with gave you this location, but didn't give you. He gave you the approximate and like how it looks, but didn't give you like the exact location, like go here to here. So it's sort of like this must be the path that he was speaking of, like at least the beginning of the path, the location of where bandits were at.
Hey, Dudu, you think you can help me follow these tracks? Maybe we can find their owners?
Yes. We shouldn't have too much of a problem. Maybe some stealth at this point is a good thing. We don't want to exactly intrude on people and have them catch us, correct?
Absolutely not.
Well, in that case, let's conceal our presence a little. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Pass Without Trace.
+10 to everybody's dex or stealth checks.
Yeah,
Amazing. Let's.
I
So
think,
everybody, go ahead and roll. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Kieran, I think we'll be like, single file in the, because he like saw Trixie like doing like obscuring the tracks behind them earlier. So like I think single file and then one line.
The path is a little wider. It's about 15 feet wide. Like I said, it goes up a few hundred feet. It's hard, without doing an exact judgment, to tell how high up it goes. What would be the marching order of everybody at this point?
I think Dudu would try and take the lead, since they're the ones kind of using their survival to get us through here.
I'd be behind Dudu. Tricksing
right.
it.
I would try to get into the center, unless Kieran gives him too hard of a time about it. Then he might not.
I'll cover up the tracks in the back.
Okay, so perfect. Now, stealth checks. Sorry, I just looked and saw someone's stealth check. Okay, I should probably roll for Aljin also.
Yeah, and I will say,
Plus
as
10 on top of this.
I just realized Kieran has a land stride, so moving through non-magical difficult terrain costs no extra movement. So I think he's able to just use that more natural to do the best he can and cover up the tracks behind them as well. He only gets to 17 with his plus 10.
Yep. I didn't know my system's now rolling an advantage for some reason, so I will take I'll take the first one since I'm at disadvantage. It would be the 11 plus 10, so 22 for Aljin. Go ahead, Kieran, and give me a survival. And you're using land stride to help out doing this, covering up your tracks. Okay.
Possible.
Yeah, go ahead and go ahead and give me the survival check. And since you're using that, I would say at advantage. Because it helps you move through it, so 23. Oh, same as a standard roll. Perfect. What did Trixie got? Like a 33. I'm not 100%. You guys even know where Trixie's at this point. 22. Okay, perfect.
Whenever someone goes to look for her, she's exactly behind him and keeps spinning around and just right beyond the periphery.
You can almost always see her out of the corner of your eye until you look over, and then it's always at the corner of your eye. A little creepily. You guys follow tracks. You don't seem to come across anything. At this point, the sun is still up. It's becoming that weird, as you're going through this canyon, it's starting to dim out a little bit. The tops of the mountains have that red shimmer from the sun about going over the horizon. And you guys end up in a little wider clearing that's almost like a 20 foot by 20 foot as the path keeps going through it. But on the one side, you notice that the tracks turn into an arched opening in the cliffs. Let me know if you guys can see this. Is there anything? Can you see the picture I just put up? Just making sure things are working properly.
Nope.
Maybe you...
Okay, hold on a second. Copy. Let me do this. If I put it over here. Let me see if I just put it into a different layer. Hold on, my computer is fine. It's just slow. Okay, let me get out of here. Just a small little picture. How about I do this? Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see this arched opening in the cliffside. It's sort of a
maybe
20-foot. What's that, Jack?
So I'm refreshing. Nothing popped up on my end. Just make sure my
Nothing
stuff's
on your
not
end.
lagging. Yeah, I'm gonna put
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I'm still on.
I can just do this.
Oh, there it is. Yep. See it now.
I was just using Control Z, but if that's not working, I'll do that. And as you look in, it doesn't go in real deep. It goes in 15 feet. People with night vision can see in there, and you can see it sort of slopes down into a large double door. It looks like sort of Aljin looks around, goes, looks like all the paths are heading, all the trails at least are heading that way into that cavern.
So, guess we go down there.
Huh? Okay.
That's my plan.
Worth a shot.
You guys head into the cavern. You find a pair of doors with a, even in the cliffside like this, has a, or even in the cavern still has like a sand beaten look to it, that maybe wind whips down in through here, through that little trail you go through it, you were in, and still sort of sandblasts a little bit of the door. A very ornate at one point door that was, you know, made of a bronzed material, like a bronze, it was all metal door. It depicts carvings from a time that appears, I think everybody would appear that it wouldn't be like from before the diversions or from before the gods were put behind the door. It seems like it was from, you know, before diversions, like that this cave, this cavern, whatever's behind it, this door was constructed thousands of years ago. But the passage of time has marked the once gleaming metal now into these almost a green patina oxidation, plus the, you know, it looks like it oxidizes, then the wind comes through and sandblasts parts of it and then oxidizes again. But it's very old, and there was a relief cut into it at one point, like depicting a scene that is almost worn completely through.
Well, this seems really old. I don't even want to touch it. Do you think there are any traps here?
I mean,
One way to find out.
Absolutely. After you, sir.
okay.
Oh, I wasn't volunteering myself.
Nose goes, and then Dudu would touch the
Nose.
nose.
Aljin would be the last one to touch, because, all right, he like looks at you guys like trying to figure out what everybody nose goes is, and he like finally does it and looks, and everybody's done it. He's like, oh, okay.
I think Kieran was just accidentally rubbing his nose at the time.
Aljin walks up. We can continue at this point to use the current stealth checks at this moment. And he does the you know, Home Alone. I think the wet bandits from the Home Alone. He touches the door and he like taps it a little bit. He's like, okay, and he like shaking hands grabs it and turns the handle, this big ornate bronze handle, and turns it and opens it, and it weirdly doesn't give too much of a noise. You would think this old door would just creak and moan as it opens up, but seems to be that there is a an ease to it. Yeah, no kidding. There's an ease to it, and like maybe it was been opened and closed a lot in the last while. Hard to tell with how it's aging and getting sandblasted like daily at this point. As well, it didn't explode. That's great. And nothing shot at me. So I don't think this door's trapped.
The way you check for traps makes me incredibly nervous. Let's continue.
Me too. What is everybody's passive perception?
15.
Okay. Anything higher than 15?
18.
Okay, perfect. Dudu,
Yeah.
as you walk by, or what's
Okay, it's 16,
Kieran.
so not.
16?
Yeah.
The 18 would notice it. As are you staying in the same order, Dudu, Trixie, Aljin, Kieran?
I think so.
Okay. As he opens it and sort of Aljin sort of goes back behind Trixie, you notice with the 18 as you're walking through that it looks like this door was breached relatively recently. Like there's a marking that's a little more indented, that is a little cleaner than the rest of the door, like where the door is against the jamb. It looks like it was locked with these two big bolts that went through like above and below the door latch. And you can see on the other side as you walk through there, like the metal blew out the backside, like someone pried it open. And it seems to be, within the last few weeks, this seems to have happened. You sort of notice that that's sort of the breach as you guys are walking through.
Someone's been here very recently. Speaking of, now that we're on the other side of the door, can everyone see okay?
Not so much.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I can see fine.
Kieran, do you need a little help?
And EC starts fumbling for like a little like torch tinderbox.
I feel like Dudu would also just cast a produce flame in hand. It's a 10-foot dim and 10-foot bright.
Okay. You produce flame, goes up through. As you're walking down the hallway, it's a little longer hallway. When you get to where you see it turns with your produce flame, you see a 15 feet away a small opening, door-sized opening, cracked. The door is cracked open, and there is actually light coming through there from that point.
I think I'd like to try and hear through the door if possible.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and give me, since you're up front, the perception check.
There we are, 27.
You hear some shuffling, and it's like two guys, two people talking. So how long do we have to be here? I mean, there's never anybody coming down this path. Their voice is like, I don't know, we're just told that we have to stay here, guard the entrance, make sure no one enters. And they're just sort of moaning and groaning about their days. Like, I just want to get back and, just sort of lay down. This is the worst shift. The night shift is the worst. We don't have anything coming through. And it's sort of just, like I said, just them bemoaning their actual jobs.
I think I would kind of take this information to the rest of the group and I would extinguish my produce flame and say to them, well, it appears there's some guards stationed out here. I don't know what's in here, but it's obviously worth putting at least 2 people on night shift duty, and they don't seem too happy about it. But do you want to try and sneak past, or
does
should
it have
we
any kind of
pass?
identifying marks or anything like that? Maybe a uniform or a sigil?
I don't think I can get quite a good peek on them unless I open the door a little further.
Yeah, it's like where the door is sort of hanging. It's like partially ajar, but you can't like get around it to like look through. You do see, I see with your 27 and looking through where you can see, you see some statues, large statues on one side. It would be as you're coming through the right side because of how the door hinges open. It hinges inward. So as you're trying to look through, you see some statues that are made of the same bronze material, a little better kept. You see right in front of that, there is like a line of deep grooves in the floor that has these stakes placed in them at an angle from the corner. You can sort of gauge the angle of the corner, and it looks like they're blocking off at this point the right side of what you can see. Say with 27, the one marking you do see is old paint on top of the face of the statues. It's a human body with a dog / like a jackal type head, and then in the center of the forehead is a marking. Let me see if I can. If I click this, now if I click this, does this show it to you guys? Yes or no? I might be in the wrong screen again. No.
I do not see anything yet.
If I hit this, does that show to everyone?
Still,
How about now?
There we go.
You see this marking of like the eye with this red eye with this sort of like the paint's faded down. Again, a lot older than it's old paint on top of this, but since it's been in this one sealed chamber, it seems to be preserved a little bit better.
I think. Do you think Dudu might know what that symbol is?
History or religion check.
I will say the Archart is like the sworn enemy of Grimsh.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
would.
If you want me to roll, I will.
Well, thank you, Jack, for doing that. I would think at this point, no roll needed. You would know that. Absolutely, you would know what this symbol would be of.
The only thing I can see beyond the door here is this symbol of Grumsh. It is the arch nemesis of Corellon, the Archart. But I can't see any other identifiable features of these people.
You said how many you heard?
At least two, though there may be more.
It'd be better to get some eyes on them, huh? And you think Kieran, he'll just like take a big swig. It's like, excuse me. I think I got an idea. And he definitely does let out a burp there.
Oh, excellent. Let me roll some perception checks. Here we go. Let's see. I'm going to roll just on here. I'll get a total here in a second. No, that's the first one. Let me see if the second one heard you. Okay, let me just see. 20. One of them you hear. I think Dudu would hear like the second one go. Wait a minute. Do you hear that? And the other one's like, "What are you talking about? I didn't hear anything." And he's sort of like kicking the ground. He's like, "No, there's something there." And you hear shuffling.
If Dudu catches wind of any like commotion in there, he's just gonna say, "Prepare yourself." They'll come.
Okay, let me pull you guys to a map. Hey Jack, how do you show how do I see your vision? What is the
Control L?
Control L, is that it? Yeah, control look. Okay, I just want to see what you guys see. Dudu in the front, you see the chamber. I explained the floor is at one point you can tell it has this mosaic tiling on it. Oh no, you haven't opened yet. You do notice the mosaic tile though under there. I can explain the whole thing. With the door closed, you just hear the shuffling of people moving forward. They get to a point that sounds like halfway across the map, or halfway across the room, and it stops. Like they're now just listening for you guys. I'll let you go one more here. If something major happens, then we'll probably have to roll initiative. I'm gonna give you guys sort of they're alerted to you. You know, they have if it's a video game, they would have the exclamation points above their heads, and they're going, "What was that?"
I kind of look back as like, and I might even whisper, "Should we engage?"
Only one way through.
We're gonna try and charge through the.
Okay. Just slam the door open.
Yes, sir. I'll slam it open. We'll get this party started.
Are you coming with weapons out, or are you just going to slam through the door? How is the I said initiative, but I'm gonna ask one more thing before I really want to roll initiative. No, we'll roll initiative. That's fine.
I was gonna say, like, hearing that we're getting ready, would Kieran be able to like cast off a spell real fast, or?
Sure. I'd say if yeah, he took a swig. Let's go with what's he gonna do. As the door hoods open, you hear one person go, "Halt!" And then what's Kieran do?
I think I'll just get ready and we'll just cast a mirror image.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you suddenly see 3 drunk Kierans appear in that spot.
Appear in that spot. Okay. Me.
Oh. I
This,
really wanted to. I'm like, I should have done something else, but no.
okay. You hear him say, "Halt." They're not taking. They're behind as you open the door. You notice they're behind like a waist high wall of spikes that are going like up, trying to keep you to a funneling point. They're wearing this blue looking like robes, and the one says, "Halt!" He goes, "You're in the premises of an excavation point of the Cobalt Soul. Leave now."
Oh, the Cobalt Soul.
This
I suppose that's a little more innocent than what I was thinking.
That sound truthful?
roll insight checks.
Good question. Good.
That's a good question. Whoever wants to roll insight on that can roll
12.
insight.
19.
19. Let me roll a d20. I'll tell you here what's so 12 plus their deception of 4 is only a 16. So Kieran and Trixie, absolutely, these guys 100% Cobalt Soul. Dudu, you look at them, you listen to how they're talking. What tips you off is not necessarily the speaking, but it's the robes. There are on the sides these slash marks that are going down these Cobalt Soul robes on both of them. And when the other one like reaches down for a weapon, you see this blood right in the inside of this cloak he's wearing, this Cobalt Soul cloak. And at that moment, I think, are you guys coming in? Well, let's just. I'll let you guys place you guys where you want to be as you come through the door. And at that moment, let's roll initiative to be in turn order if things start popping off.
Yeah, I feel like I would be right here, and at this point, the weapon would be in hand, but not like necessarily like, I'm not readied to attack.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Excellent. Can everybody click their tokens? Everybody's good with that? It's always good when you have spellcasters start putting radiuses up. You're like, this is great. This is a little more intense than this.
And I think I would say to them too, so tell me who you really are.
They sort of give each other looks, and they're like, last chance. Leave.
I'm afraid it's not our last chance, buddy. It's
Ooh.
yours. Oh.
All right. What? Okay. I'll let you make a move. They are at this point drawn weapons. Were you readying something when you made that statement, or was it just sort of a statement?
It was just sort of a statement.
Okay.
I'm ready to roll initiative.
Yep. Let's roll initiative. Yep. I was wondering if you were like, I say this and then I have an idea.
Yeah.
Oh no!
No surprise.
rolling?
Just roll. 21. Nice. Oh, I did not click my butt. Or I didn't click my.
I will add you.
God, but it didn't come through, so I got a 15.
So mine was working just fine, and now I rolled and it did not roll, which is annoying.
Working title of tonight's episode: Doo-doo and the multicolored technical difficulties.
Yep, absolutely. Trixie, yours didn't add either. Control U. I will put you in there as a 15. Perfect.
We doing this
hold on.
old school.
My initiative button stopped working. Oh, I'm sorry. Yours, Trixie, was a 21. Kieran is a 15. Yeah, we're doing this like they did back. Why did Trixie go twice? Say 21. Oh, come on. 21. There we go. You're in, you're in, you're in. Aljin needs to be in. Oh, I already got him. What was his roll? 13. Having to add things manually. 13. Let me bring these guys into roll. At a 10. Let me start by descending order. All right, so Trixie and Dudu, I will let, so at the top of each round on your 21s that you both got, I will allow you guys to pick the order in which you want to go. So if one round you guys are like, hey, I got this. Second round, you're like, no, you go first. I'll let you do that. Or you can do rollies and see who goes first. Or your dex is in fact higher mine. Or we can just go like this with Trixie in front, if you, however you guys want, please. It's up to you. I'll let it be up to you guys. If later in rounds you're like, hey, I got something cool. Let me go first, Trixie. You guys can have that. Since you're on the same initiative, I'll allow that.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything cool team up wise. I was just going to start shooting them.
That's cool.
I do have something cool if you want.
Oh, that's up to you.
Go for it.
All right, I'll take first, and then you can be first in initiative after this. We are going to cast a spell. I am going to start concentration on a 3rd level. Trixie, take the light of Corellon. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to. How do I give it to the? I'm going to cast flame arrows on your thing. Display in VTT. Here. Did that?
It might not do it. It might be no. It just showed you're rolling your damage for it.
Let me see if I can get it to say display.
I think it's kind of acting up a little bit today. It's being a little silly.
There we go. Display in VTT. I got you.
You touch a cord that contains arrows or bolts. How long is it for?
Duration 1 hour.
Thank you. So
yeah,
for an hour,
or until I think like 12 bolts or something.
Yeah, 12 ammunition.
12 pieces of ammunition or an hour.
Okay. Amazing. Make note of that. Mark your concentration on that as you feel the marking of Corellon on Trixie on your bow, sort of like you feel like this magical essence now that's sitting on your quiver.
Wonderful.
Is there anything else, dude? You got a bonus?
I don't have a meaningful bonus right now.
Okay. All right. We'll move on to Trixie. You're up.
I'm gonna pull the arrow, the bow and arrow, my longbow on the guy who's marked blue. First attack is gonna be regular. Second attack will be sharpshooter.
Okay. Yeah, 24 hits. Yeah. And these are now, or you have a +1 bow, so they are magical plus, they are...
Yes, and they also have the fire on them.
Fire on it. So, the 12, so they both, is the both of them on the blue guy? Both on blue? The 12 misses, because sharpshooter's a -5 on sharpshooter?
Yeah.
It's been a while. Okay, so the first one, 24 hits for 12 piercing, plus the 1d6 fire damage. 5, nice, 17. Excellent. Is there anything else Trixie is going to be doing?
I think that's a good first round for me.
Okay, amazing. It goes to Saeryn. Karen. Sorry, I will get it sooner or later.
Yeah, I think he kind of walks forward just a little bit, like right here to the center, like his feet crunch on those pile of bones right there. Gets right up in that one's face, and he raises his arms up, and he says, I've been wanting to do this one for a while now. And he will go ahead and cast... It's my turn to do it! Freedom of the Waves! He conjures a deluge of seawater in a 15-foot radius that fills this entire fucking room in a 10-foot cylinder. This one's going to take the form of a water spout that just whirls around. He is going to choose a number of creatures equal to my spellcasting modifier to succeed automatically on the saving throw.
Which should be all of us, I assume.
Yeah, he can only get 3. So, the question is, does he leave himself or Aljin out here?
Aljin's kind of in the doorway. Is it filling in the entire?
Yeah, I think he'll.
Room?
Yeah, I think he'll do like the area where it doesn't hit Aljin. Like basically, yeah, it'll be like right here.
Right there.
Yeah, 15 foot.
Trixie's actually technically not in it either.
Oh yeah, they're kind of half in.
But I mean, it would be one of those things like you would probably you can do it. It would, the 3 of you would be fine.
Actually, I'm just gonna do a different tidal wave, even easier.
Oh, even easier.
Yeah, that will just be a dexterity saving. They'll still be same, just like a big wall of water just like pours out around him. He just slams it forward. 30 foot long, 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. Dex save.
From both of them?
Yes.
Yep. All right. So it's be a d20 plus 3 on these two. So plus 3 plus 3. So a 8 and a 15.
Spell save DC is 14.
Okay, so they are slammed backwards. How far?
It'll be knocked prone.
Knocked prone.
Yeah. On a fail. The DC was 14, so I think the one save or no.
The 8 was the yeah, because the 8 was the red, the 15 was the blue.
Okay, cool.
So the 15 passed, the blue passed, but the red failed, so he is now prone. They are now prone.
14 bludgeon and then half on a save.
Okay, 14.
And water, I imagine, just goes rushing everywhere.
Yeah, hits. You see it going down this hallway here, and it goes out from under the door to the door on this side. You see there's a door here that goes like under the cracks of the door. It starts washing away a little bit of sand and tile, as now you see the flooring is a little more polished now with all the junk off it. You see it finally is like it was nice at one point. Is there anything else Saeryn for you to do that?
I will say maybe if that wall probably took out some of those torches. But
they were being held.
Awesome, perfect.
So yeah, it probably would have taken out like 1, 2, like this one.
Yeah, I mean not that important.
Like that one. They're high. They're like almost they're being held by these dog-looking statues.
Yeah.
And so they probably would have put them out.
But yeah, no, that turn.
Yeah. Okay. Aljin's up next. Seeing that scene going on, one's down. Man, you'd think I would get like better at like what to do at this point, but not thinking straight. Don't know what to do. Aljin stays in the spot he's at because he can see blue. Red just weirdly disappeared. He's going to cast a flame bolt on the blue one. You gotta work? Oh, you worked today. 15 hits. That guy, and it's 10 points. 34. He's gonna then wrap, kind of staying behind Karen, wrap around this way. It is the others' turn. Those guys' turn. One in red stands up and just looks at you, and it's like a snarling, like a weird growl sound that humans don't normally make. And they're both sort of like looking at each other, and they nod as they both shift into a sort of a were type creature.
Almost
Has
cast
a
Moonbeam.
has a jackal like head on it. Control Z. The cloak and everything that was like the cobalt soul sort of like peels off as they get a little bigger and a little more lithe. And their claws come out, and they both pull up these long swords. Let me just move these guys out of frame. And let me recolor them so you guys know who is who. The one that was red took half his movement to stand up. Almost cast Moonbeam. Concerned, you have Moonbeam now. You see at this point both of their eyes sort of have this red tint to them, and on the outsides this similar looking red. Like it wasn't there when they weren't transformed. Now in their transformed version, you see both their eyes have on the outsides have this red line, very similar. Saeryn, Karen, and Aljin would recognize from their own hands. The jackal were, as I don't know if anybody knows, the blue one, seeing who hit him, that one, he can make his movement. He's going to see where he's going to go. Knowing he can't actually get up that way, he's going to make. He won't cross his path. Nope, he's going for Saeryn because he's right there. He's going to go to Saeryn, and he's going to pull out this. He has this long sword sort of sitting out, and he makes 2 attacks at Saeryn. Kieran, sorry. One of these times I will make it. I will make the correct pronunciation of his name.
So the 22 will hit, but
Okay.
you'll need to, or I will roll a d20 to see if it hits me or not.
D20.
It hits.
Okay. You get hit. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Kira needs to make another roll real fast. But for other reasons, you can go on.
Okay. You will be taking this one right here. 7 points of slashing damage as he strikes through you, and the red one looks back at, or the blue one looks back at the red one and goes, "Go, alert the others." The red one then takes a step back. He was right against that wall, so you would, I would say, Karen, you would have a attack of opportunity if you wanted it from him to go after him.
Nah.
Okay.
He'll swing with his moon sickle. Might as well. Yeah, I'm just like he's not casting absorb elements this round.
Yeah. 22 definitely hits for 5 points of slashing damage.
And it is a silver-bladed sickle.
You look at some information. Yep. It definitely... Was it a plus anything? Yeah, it's a +1, so it's already magical. But the silver-bladed does cut pretty cleanly through them. Yep. You see him sort of like yelp a little bit as he grabs his arm. He stares back at you after he cuts that. After you cut him, Karen, can you make me a wisdom saving throw? As he like glares at you as you cut him deep.
Okay, she stopped
That's
rolling
fine,
completely. I'll
go
just do
ahead and
real
just
dice.
Roll.
Or
in.
yeah, roll to a
Just let
20.
me know.
+6 to that.
Yeah,
So
you make it.
23.
No problem. Seem that he's like trying to do like you feel a magical presence over top of you, but it is wiped away pretty quick. As he opens the door and he disappears at this moment from view. That's the Ware's turns. It is Trixie's turn. You have this bestial formed jackal jumps over and starts slicing Kieran up.
All right, just to double check, you said this is some kind of wall of like stones and some kind of wall there.
It's like a spikes. It's like spikes, like wooden, almost like.
Were those
Oh,
always there?
like a palisade.
It's like, wait,
No,
were
like a
those always there?
Yeah, those are always there. They were creating a funnel to like the center where these two guys were pointed at.
Oh, I think as I didn't see until I moved up at that spot because I was like back in the shadows.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are always there.
That pretty much means that we're bottlenecked because of
Correct.
this blue guy. Trixie recognizes a little bottleneck procedure. This which is especially bad if they start bringing in ranged people from on their end. So Trixie is going to pull. Trixie's going to reach back to her quiver, pull out an arrow, and Dudu can tell that this turn she's fired up. She's ready to really like start. She's really to go for it on this one round, and we're going to burn a use of fighting spirit.
Okay.
Both attacks will be sharpshooter attacks. They will both be at advantage, and I have elven accuracy.
Crazy. Elven accuracy is advantage already, right?
No. So what happens is fighting spirit is a samurai class feature.
Yeah.
As a bonus action, all of the attacks on my turn are at advantage.
Okay.
Elven accuracy allows me to causes all attacks at advantage to have the triple advantage where you can re-roll one of the two. Yeah.
Amazing. Go
so
ahead.
you can always re-roll the lower one, so it's effectively a triple advantage. Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your first attack. I mean, if you want to re-roll that to see if you get an ultra crit.
Actually, that includes it. So if you hover over it, there's a 13, and then there's a 2d20 keep high 1.
Yep.
Plus 5, which is I rolled a 3 and then a nat 20, and so it keeps a nat 20.
Yeah, gotcha. So yeah, the crit definitely hits.
Neat.
Neat. Before you do anything else, don't roll the second one yet. 18 plus the 6 plus the 3, so an extra 9 plus the 4. Let me know how this happened. How that where just absolutely falls, crumbles. What happens? Uh-oh. Is it me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear.
I can.
Okay.
I just realized that I have to hold caps lock whenever I want to talk.
I was concerned again.
So Trixie pulls back way further on this bow than should be mechanically possible, and suddenly Dudu is more convinced that she might actually be able to shoot the moon. And when she releases the arrow, it like everyone in the path feels the fire and the power of that just go and just takes that were hyena man right in the face.
Yeah, it blows out like the one side. Kieran, you feel it flame past you as it relights one of these torches over here on this side of the map. As it hits there and ding, sticks in there, and the torch lights back up.
Now I have to move.
You still have movement, and that other Jackaware went this direction, out this door here.
I think I can get to about there with 30.
Yep. And at that point, you do see him about ready to make, or running down the hallway, right in front of you, because he slammed that door open. He's not turning back to close it.
And my second attack.
Yep. At quadruple or whatever advantage.
Yeah.
Probably crit advantage. A 20 hits, yes. 21.
25 total, but 4 that is fire.
Okay.
Fire! Again, it's just Trixie like bounding over there, seeing the guy, and then kind of like blows him a kiss and lets the arrow release.
Yeah. It hits him, and he like goes into like hits so hard. It gives him a little shove forward, but now he's like rolling into a stand up, and he notices his back where it hits him in the shoulder. He's on fire at this point, so he's trying to like run and pat it out at the same time as he tries to make it for that door. Is there anything else you need to do?
I get 5 temporary hit points.
Amazing. Dudu, you're up.
Right, we're going to make a very similar move, getting right in here, and we are going to cast an innocent little first level spell.
Okay.
We are going to cast, hey, there it is, Earth Tremor, but let me get the text in. Cause a tremor in the ground within range. Each creature other than you in that area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 1d6 bludgeoning and is knocked prone. If the ground in the area is loose, earth, or stone, it becomes difficult terrain until cleared.
Okay, the floor is, you see, is covered in sand, but it is the same similar stone floor.
Perfect. I'm
Worked
going
stone
to...
floor.
It is actually a range of 10 feet. Never mind. This is I maybe I should read my spell. Reading the spell explains the spell.
Yeah, because that would have been not quite there.
Yeah, no, I thought it was like I choose a thing in a
Within target, yeah.
Yeah, within. So that does not work. I guess instead, I have a cantrip. We will go ahead and use Frostbite. It is a Constitution saving throw, DC 16.
Okay. Let me see. Con save. Oh, yep. No proficiency.
Awful nice of you to put him out.
Yeah, a 3. Is it anything above a 1?
So that is 9 cold damage, and he has
dead. A dead status at this point.
Oh, nice, good.
As you hit, it does help him out a little bit. It puts out. You see the mid torchlight. It like dissipates, and you still see the outline of the flame as it hits him, and he slams against the door that he's going for and falls backwards, just dead, just down at this point. Sorry, I didn't say how do you want to do this. I apologize.
No, you're A-okay. That works for me.
We are technically, you stopped that from happening. Will be pulled out of initiative as the sounds sort of die out of the fight. Who knows if anybody heard you down the way at this point, but right now you are free to do what you want. I'll pull us out of initiative. Well, that was... So I think we know what we're up against at this point. It's some... Aljin goes over and sort of looks at this thing. There's some sort of a were beast of some sort. And as Aljin's looking at it, he transforms back into this human-looking male. Those markings around the eyes are now gone. So it's just... He looks normal.
I think, would Kieran be able to check his wound at all?
The creature's wound?
Because did Kieran, he got hit, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got hit with the sword.
Yeah, would he just be able to check that thing, just make sure there's nothing going on there?
I would say without even having to really roll for it, you sort of look down thinking that's gonna like be opened up a little more, and you look down, it's just a normal cut. It doesn't seem like that has caused any effects from the sword.
Excellent. Yeah, he kind of shakes off the hand a little bit, and he says, "Oh, well, they're lucky I didn't have to unleash my final form on them."
This isn't even your final form?
You
Oh,
haven't
man.
seen nothing, laddie.
Is human. Alright. Do you think anybody heard anything? I mean, that wasn't
No. Is my internet acting up? I'm getting some roboting from Aro, but I think it might just be my end.
I hope. Oh no. Someone else talk is worse.
Yeah, I guess.
Hello?
Yeah, I heard that. I guess it basically is like if it was roboting for anyone else, that would pretty much be the determined factor.
Was I roboting for anybody else?
No,
I don't
you're
think I heard
pretty
it.
loud and clear here.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's just like,
Oh no.
yeah, we're getting to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to double check in case I wanted to refresh stuff or if it was just being general Discord.
Just general.
I think during the course of recollecting our arrows, Trixie is going to pull that one were hyena back into this room.
Okay.
Pull the body back.
Pull the jackal back into the room. This one here, the red one. When you got to that point and you started grabbing him and pulling him back, you notice he's transformed back into his form, marking on off him.
Did I see anything in that side door while I went to grab him?
Yeah, go ahead. You notice on there, their door here that is closed on this moment. It shows you in
Yeah,
game.
got it. Cool.
Again, if you see anything buggy or weird like these lights going through here, I built this whole map out of scratch and placing things. So I might have
Nice.
points where you can see through walls.
I
Ignore
can
it.
slightly, but it doesn't reveal anything to me.
Just ignore it.
Yeah.
Nothing's there.
Well, so we have this hallway here. We have another hallway on the other side of that door. And then there's a closed door where I think this guy, kicks the hyena, was going, but it's closed. And it seems like he was going to get help. So maybe we don't go through that door.
Agreed. Maybe tread down one of the other hallways instead.
Why?
Marching order.
I'm just gonna start going down the southern hall.
Okay, now that's Saeryn Hall there.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Let me switch to all the things you guys didn't do. As you come through the doorway, Dudu, you turn the corner. You see there's the doors there. It's open. You're the one. You were the one sort of looking down. Actually, Trixie and Dudu, you were the first two through.
24.
Okay. Before you guys go through the hallway, because you guys sort of moved before I was switching pages.
Oh.
That's my fault. No, it's my fault. Dudu, you notice, and Trixie, you also notice that right at the edge of the door, right here at this point, there is this dark, faded red splot of blood. And with the 24, do you realize that right on that first step, there is a square that is a little bit smaller than what it should be. Like it's almost like a pressure plate as you come through. But with the 24, you guys spot it first.
Okay. I guess with that information, yeah, I just kind of moved to get
No, that's fine. That's fine.
marching order down.
I was switching and I looked. I was like, oh, we'll just
No, you're good.
back a second. No problem. It's a dungeon
but-
crawl. It happens.
Yeah. So if Dudu notices, they'll definitely step over it. And I'm assuming Trixie would at least see the weird step and in a weird kind of localized manner, you might not know unless you were on like a trip with someone like this, but they'd just be like one step and then steps over it just without thinking anything more of.
Okay. Trying to decide if everybody's going to know what one step means. I think Trixie, you
Right.
also noticed the square there, and you would take a step over. I got Karen. Give me a perception check to see if you understand the one step and see what they're doing.
I mean,
Also
yeah,
for
yeah.
Aljin.
If I see
I mean,
two people, yeah,
two people doing the same thing. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll perception because I think at this point it's more fun if Aljin does end up getting killed by my own petard. Oh, yeah, it rolls disadvantage. I forgot. I'll take the 5.
9, I guess. Karen steps right on it.
I don't think it's
He's
you
not
stepping
paying
right
attention.
on it. I think it's not you stepping right on it with my nat 1. I think what happens is you're like going to step over it, and Al's looking sort of at the jackalware and like hits you, and you both sort of bump into it. As give me a dexterity saving throw. We're both going to
Yeah.
do this together as friends.
So, yeah, actually, yeah. I was gonna say with that nat 1, coming back to my side, Elgin will need to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, okay. I would love to do that right when this actually rolls.
Yeah. You
It's
said
gonna
dex save.
It's gonna yeah, dex saving throw.
So 4.
A 4.
Close to a natural 1.
Close to a natural 1. Amazing. Let me see. Let me give my dex save one more attempt. If it's not rolling, no, it's not rolling. So I'll have to do it manually. It's a +1 for my dex save. Things are getting all buggy today, guys. So I passed that. So what happens is Aljin bumps into you. You step in the plate and sort of look over as you hear the swish sound of a large blade that is swinging from the wall. It's like tucked into a crack in the wall, and as you hear it come through, it goes. You're right over top of it, and it hits you for 11 points of slashing damage. Aljin takes half of that at this point because he got back, but still took a little bit of damage. I was like, "Oh no, Kieran, what? I'm sorry." And then runs into you.
Yeah. Yeah.
and you make
Go sprawling.
You get hit with that charisma saving. You say charisma or constitution?
Charisma.
Charisma. Okay. Let me see if this wants to roll. It might not. It might be silly. No. Nope. It will be a 1d20 plus 7. Plus 7, so 12. Now I'm gonna ask Jack why Jack? Why did I just roll that? No.
No worries.
Okay, cool. At this moment, Trixie and Dudu, you hear the swoosh as the blade slams into Kieran, and he gets knocked off the side, and the blade gets pulled. You hear it pulled back. But what you did notice from that, with that plate, you see the other 2 blades. They swing in tandem, come swinging out of the other walls, which pinpoints the other pressure plates, which would be about this area and right before you stepped on it there, Dudu. You see the other pressure plates obvious, and as the one of the blades comes clicking back, the other one, all 3 of them at the same time, click back and then lock into place.
I think Trixie turns and looks at Kieran and just says, "Thanks for disarming that."
You look back, you see Aljin just sort of holding his left hand, like shaking it out a little bit, looking like he's a little bit in discomfort or pain.
Your hand okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Let's just watch out for whatever he stepped on. Let's get going, I think.
All right, you're not
Okay.
left-handed, are you?
Yes.
Oh no.
The one, you know, remember the one spell he cast was his left hand firebolt.
Well, don't hurt your dominant hand. You need it. I mean, I can shoot my bow ambidextrously, but that's just me. And you're clearly not. And then, yeah, Trixie will keep going.
Well, knowing where the other two pressure plates are, you guys can make it to the other door on the far side.
Yeah, Kieran picks
easily.
himself up. The three shady, dusty Kieran's coalesce down into one, and he'll do a second level cure wounds on himself.
Okay.
13.
13.
I've had worse.
Dude, with this door, you realize it hasn't been unlocked or hasn't been opened from this side quite often, and it's almost certainty on why at this point, with the blades swinging down and you know, going through, why they probably don't use this corridor that often.
Yeah. I would like to try. Is there a handle on the door?
Yeah. Yep. There is.
I feel like I'd just try to open it, like straight
Okay.
up. I would.
You wouldn't worry about it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The door. Just. Can you access? Can you click the door?
Yeah. I clicked
Yeah.
the door.
The door opens right up. Unlocked. Almost like the door open on the one side and the door unlocked on this side. It's almost like a, come on through this way. This is probably the way you want to go type of feel. You see at that point a crossroads.
Yeah, I kind of even see too, like the design here, like the funnel is kind of pointing you straight down. You know, come through the trapped hallway.
Come through the trapped hallway. Don't worry about the other door on the other side. That's not the door you want. Also, why the werejackal probably didn't want to head down the trapped hallway.
I think upon getting to this crossroads, I'd kind of talk, I'd like not yell back down the hallway, but you know, obviously talk to everyone and be like, we're at a crossroads here. Anywhere in particular we should go? I suppose any of these places look as good as any other.
Would Kieran be able to take a look around? So is it like all like straight, just stone tile, or is it like still like a little bit of natural? Like, would there be any chance of like any sort of like greenery or plant, like if water or source of like life and plants are nearby? Like, would there be any little distinguished like those like little budding points of life that in like one particular way?
Yeah. So, looking at the ground as you guys are walking through, there is like a lot of track marks. This hallway was you know, had some dust and sand and shut across it, like I said, where they don't make as many movements through there. The rest of these floors that you're looking through on both sides are this stone. It's all like the same, like sandstone look to it, with some ornate carvings in them. But these hallways now, as you're like sort of looking at them, don't really or look a little more traveled. Like this is like where they were avoiding that specific hallway, but these ones were fine. Along with it's less dirt and more sand and stone. Not really any plant growth at this point. So far at this point, but nothing that would like really no water. It almost reminds you of maybe like a tomb, like what you would see people would like keep a pharaoh almost. Not like a temple or a living, like it's been repurposed. Well, I don't know. What would you guys think? Is there multiple paths? Just right, left, center? I mean,
Yep, that appears to be what I'm looking at right now.
yeah. I don't know. And at this point, Aljin's sort of leaning against the wall a little bit, like sort of just like breathing a little heavier. Although he didn't do that much, he's just sort of there.
Seeing that, Kieran will kind of come walk back to him, and he'll take out like a little bit of like a leather strap, just like like a little like natural bound, like token that most like Ashari druid people carry around, and he'll go to tie this on around Kieran. It's like, I think you might need this more than me. And as he does that, he'll cast that 4th level freedom of movement on Aljin.
Okay.
Lasts for an hour. You're unaffected by difficult terrain. Spells and other magical effects can not reduce your target nor cause you to be paralyzed or restrained.
Okay, excellent. It sort of gives him a little bit of a pep in his step. He's like standing up a little bit. His movements are a little more crisp than it was before. Still looking a little worn, but looking a little better. Yeah, I'm gonna say whatever Trixie and Dudu at this point when this is happening. Aljin sort of looks at Karen and says, "Better be careful. It was almost a friendly gesture."
We don't need you getting tangled up in all the traps and slowing us down.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Trixie says to Dudu, I think the water Ashari are flirting. Do you want to go to the left?
Yes, we might as well. Wait, and then I sort of like me personally need to clarify. Do you mean like left as in our characters left?
Left is in character left, so it
I
would be our right. Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. I knew I wasn't 100% sure.
I
was also
immediately
doing-
had the first person perspective in my head, and then upon saying it, realized no one's gonna know what the hell I'm talking about.
Yeah,
So,
I went down character left.
Okay.
no matter how you slice it, there's no, every answer is right.
Yeah.
Exit
Correct.
stage left.
Come up against a door, closed, lights coming out from under it. You hear a clicking through the door, like without even with your passive perception, you do hear like some rustling and like a clicking, and almost like a roll sound, like it's sort of like and then like and a roll and then a roll, and then some chuckling.
This sounds interesting. It sounds like someone might be playing a game of some kind. I hear this clicking and rolling and chuckling on the other side of the door.
Can you tell how many?
I'd like to just, press the ear against the door so I can
Mhm.
glean anything else.
Yeah. At that point, I'll have you roll the perception.
I use the help action by shushing the water Ashari.
Yeah, exactly. I'll go ahead and roll advantage. I'll allow that to happen.
Sure.
Since you're
You will
helping.
throw another one on there. Not much better.
Yeah, not much better. It's hard to tell.
Consistently 13, 14.
Yeah, consistently. It sounds like 13. You hear one creature like making that clicking and then a rolling, and then two people sort of two chuckles. It's not people sounding now. It's more like that deeper guttural jackal sound. And then you hear the other one go, "No, it's your turn. Go!" And you hear a smack, and then nothing goes. "Come on!" Like he's trying to get someone or something to do something, and it's not working in his favor.
I think Kieran will like tap on and like try and whisper. I could go take a look real fast. They won't see me.
It's up to you. I'll wait if you wish.
All right, and I think he'll just to use him while we got him. He's gonna do a wild shape
Oh, okay.
into
Awesome.
a poisonous snake. Challenge
All
rating
right.
of 1/8, and it is a tiny beast.
Tiny beast. There is a, the doors, with the wear of time and everything, there is a gap big enough, I'd say, the door without opening it all the way.
Yeah, I think he'll try and like just like slither through.
Slither in. I'll move you past the door so you can get eyes on.
Real quick, while I slither in, if I look at the
Uh-huh.
door, is there a griffin on the door? Would you call it a griffin door?
There is not a griffin door. Nope.
Oh, well. Hopefully I find some Ravenclaws.
Horrible. Okay. Let's see what we're waiting. As you slither through, you see a large vaulted chamber adorned with like a fresco and a bias reliefs depicting scenes of a ruler's life and conquest. You see the ruler also had this like jackal-looking head to him. There are two jackalwares looking at these two large, let's call them scorpions, trying to get them to do tricks. The first one here is a fully rolling across and like rolling across. And like almost like he's doing a trick, and the one down here is not successful at it, and the other jackalware is smacking it and trying to go more. It appears to be that this room is like almost a resting area where there's pillows shoved against the walls at points, and maybe it's where they eat a meal or whatever in here. But none of them. Give me a stealth check using the I guess the snakes. No, you're a druid. Weird stuff happens with druids.
I think I can use the physical stats if they are higher than mine, which I believe in the chance of dexterity stealth, the poisonous snake will have a slight advantage on it. Boom. It's a nat 1. So
awesome.
1 second, I need to make a charisma save for him.
Yeah.
No one else sees it, but this snake turns bright red.
That's what gains the attention of not the jackals, but not these jackholes, but the scorpion. It like hears like this, and it snaps over, and it starts to come over toward you, makes a movement toward you, clicking and looking for maybe a meal or a snack. I'll ask, since we're in turn order again at this point, do you guys want to? I mean, we can re-roll initiatives unless you want to keep them. I'm cool either way. We can re-roll.
I like rolling math rocks.
Yeah, some math rocks.
Yeah.
Let me clear out your guys' initiatives. I didn't pre-roll every bad guy's initiative in this game just in case. I didn't want to roll it that many times, and I wasn't too sure if it was even going to work. Scorpions. What happened? Those should be on. Did those not come up? Did I put that on the wrong layer? I put it on the wrong layer. Token.
Man, this druid is just making everything in this thing worse.
That's kind of. I mean, this is kind of. This is kind of how I expected to go. I rolled a 21 somehow. So, Jack, the disadvantage that is happening to Aljin does not come across on initiative rolls, correct? I don't see it listed on initiative rolls. So that's the only reason I was like,
sometimes people argue initiative is an ability check.
Ability check.
I've never really been that hardcore about it, just because it's, I don't want to penalize a player to be like, hey, you have to wait longer now because of mechanical reasons for combat. So I will never really, I would never do disadvantage on initiative unless like you're actually fucked.
Yeah. Aljin goes first, and he's like, "Did you guys hear anything? I saw him transform. Did he?" And he comes up. He's like, "Did you hear anything?" And that's his turn because he thinks he's still stealth at this point. If anybody disagrees with me, you're wrong. The red scorpion creeps over and sees because it's a giant scorpion. Are they? No, they're large creatures. Oh, hold on. Let me adjust for size. There we go. I thought they were medium, but nope, they're large. Comes over and sees the tasty treat and goes to give it a little claw attack. See if he can pick him up and grapple him. A 7 to hit.
It misses.
That miss. Getting a little frustrated as it like slithers out of the way. He uses his other claw.
Oh, that hits that tiny creature.
That hits that tiny creature. And rolls the... You have more than 4 points.
Nope. I
You
take
poof
2
back.
damage in my real form.
Okay. Let me see. I can make... Oh! As it sees you, like, it thinks it's going to grab you and, like yum, 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 delicious. You hear the clicking and the chittering of its mouth. Like, it grabs you, and you poof back into large form, which he snaps back a little bit, and the stinger comes down as his barb goes for an attack of 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Can you make me a Constitution saving throw, please? You take 5 points of piercing damage.
15 plus 1, so 16.
16. Okay, so you take... How much piercing damage was that? 5 points of piercing damage and half of poison damage, so half of 18 poison damage.
So 5 and 9.
5 and 9. The second one is seeing this happen, but is waiting because it's not being told what to do. The other one, you got his attention just because it snapped over, saw a snake, and thought it was hungry. This one is sort of looking at its master and moving up, but staying out of range at this point, thinking that he might not engage. Saeryn, you are up.
Actually, I think it might be me,
Oh,
but
okay.
I wasn't
Sorry.
added to the thingy.
Oh, you weren't. What was your initiative there, Trixie?
18. It rolled it on my D&D Beyond app,
Okay.
but did not transfer it over at all.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me know.
I
Yeah,
think
I was
Dudu
not-
also has an initiative of 15.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed a lot of people.
No, you're good. I don't know why it's not automatically adding to
It's-
tracker right now.
It's acting a little silly today. What was yours there, Dudu? I'm sorry, was not
15. I changed.
15. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Changed it. All right, so that would be under. Perfect. All right, is that good? Look good for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he definitely hear when Karen Guinea gets the stinger, he definitely goes, "Arr!"
Yeah, you would have heard that.
Oh, that seems like our cue. I guess I'm going to open the door as part of my movement. Is that a free object interaction, I think?
Yeah, that's a free object interaction.
Oh, Christ.
Real quick, hear me out, DM. I was
Go
a tiny
ahead.
snake when I got pumped out of my form. I'd probably be prone, right?
So I'm going to not penalize you for that because that was cool. And let's face it, snakes stand. I mean, I would
Yeah, fair.
I would argue that how snakes work is their feet's on bottom, and you put feet's on bottom, so you sort of went long ways, weirdly, like almost into the splits. I'm not going to penalize you for doing something awesome and being knocked out of your form by a large scorpion. So I would say you can remain standing. I mean,
Fair enough.
feet's on bottom is my official stance. I mean, unless you really want to be prone, but
Nah.
at this point, I'm not going to penalize you for that at this point. Trixie, you're up.
I think Trixie's going to do what she does best and fire two shots at...
So at this point,
I mean, this is a target-rich environment, isn't it?
It is a target-rich environment. There is, you see the two large scorpions and a couple jackalwares, some jackholes.
I think I'm going to go immediately for the red giant scorpion. It's the one that
Okay.
makes the most tactical sense. I
Yeah,
can't see any
yeah.
exits to this room. Doesn't mean there aren't any, but as far as I
Correct.
know, visibly, I don't see another door. So we're going to take
Correct.
care of this big thing. First attack is going to be a standard shot. $15 to hit.
I should actually have my stuff pulled up. A 15 just hits, correct.
All right, that's 8 piercing damage. The second one is going... Oh, I'm sorry. 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage. The second one is going to be 8 piercing damage Okay, I did something weird there. 1 second. One fire damage.
All right, on the red 9. First shot.
Second shot is going to be a sharpshooter shot.
Okay. Sharpshooter's -5 plus 10, right? That's how that works.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I have a little thing set up for it.
Oh, okay, cool. That's including the -5?
Yeah, it is. If you see, I have sharpshooter
plus,
there.
Yep,
I manually created a custom item that then does the correct thing.
Instead of the 10 plus 10, it's +5. Gotcha. Excellent. Yeah, 15 again just hits.
All right, that's going to be 8 piercing with 4 fire damage.
Oh, 20 piercing, is that what you said?
Yeah, magical. So it's
20 piercing.
So
yeah,
a total of 32 damage or 33 damage over these
Yep.
2 shots.
Yep.
And
it is very.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, you're just going to hang out there.
I mean, I could cause attacks of opportunity into myself and give myself disadvantage, but I think I won't.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. I think Kieran is. Oh, he's back.
Yeah.
You're up.
All right. I think this water shari is pretty much one good trick. So I think he's gonna cast Tidal Wave.
Shove people backwards or prone them.
Yep. Yeah, DC. I forgot earlier I actually didn't have my Moonsickle attuned, so my spell save DC is actually 15. Wouldn't have mattered on the last one anyway, but
No, they both failed pretty
Yeah.
hard. Well, no, one.
the
did,
one
one
he
was-
beat, yeah. So that's why when I realized afterwards, I'm like, yeah, it didn't matter. But yeah, it'd be DC 15 Dex save. It's gonna be it's 30 foot long, 10 foot wide. So like he just sweeps the room.
Yeah. Yep. Or 30
'cause
foot
it's-
long, 10 foot wide, so 30 foot long, and then 10 foot. So it'd be like that. Yeah, it goes against the whole room there. Okay, so we'll go with red scorpion first. It was a dex save.
Yep.
First scorpion, second scorpion. A 21 for the red and a 9 for the blue. And then the this first one here, the unmarked Jackaware, is going to get, does he have, nope. Does he have, nope. Dex. And then the other smaller looking jackal, the 21. So the only one that failed was the blue scorpion.
Oh, yeah. It was 15
And
damage
15
bludgeoning.
on the blue.
Yep.
And then the other one gets, everybody else gets 7, correct?
Yeah.
Half?
Half, yep.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to do?
You'll step out of the way of the thing, and as you guys whoever as that door popped open, you got to look at him it's you can see that mark on his face on the token is actually there now. That like as he looks up and he comes out of snake form, it's just that red rash is spread over his eyes.
Amazing.
All right, I think I'll move first. And I think I'll cast a Cure Wounds level 2 on Kieran.
He's fine.
I'm sure he's fine.
Oh, that'll be 13.
Much appreciated.
And I don't have any... Oh, I do have a fun bonus action, actually.
Hooray. I love fun bonus actions.
Is that me?
I can't get it to post in the
Okay.
VTT, but
That's
it's
fine. Go ahead.
the same thing as basically Morgan's teleport, except this one is called Starlight Step.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
We're just gonna bonus action teleport over here.
Oh, nice. Okay. Nice. Is that it for Dudu?
Yep, that is movement, that is action, and bonus.
Okay. It's now the Jackaware's turns. The first one here, that is next to that, makes a command. Let's see what can it do here. It can do that and that and that. It's got that. All right, it's going to make a jump 5, 10, 15. He is going to do a dex check to see if he can get up over that without falling down and hurting himself. A 4, so he stumbles, hits the ground. He's going to take some fall damage because it's funny. 1 point of, that was red, of fall damage. Uses the rest of his movement to stand up. A lot just happened there, guys. That was very silly. And sorry, I had my numbers backwards. And he stands up and like looks rough, doesn't pull his weapon out, and makes two you can make 2 attacks at you. It says bite, but it's supposed to be the claw attack. This one doesn't have bite attack, it has claw attack. 17 to hit
Kieran?
on Kieran.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me roll the second one. Technically at advantage. I'm gonna roll this twice. He has advantage because he has the scorpion here and he has pack tactics. So let me just roll those 2 to see if I crit. If I can actually crit. Nope. So the first one on Kieran. There's a second. The 2. As he then like prepares himself, like the claws out, like looks at you growling and snarling. Right for that, and looks at, gives the side eye to the scorpion who's like ready at you.
It was 10 total from him.
There's 10 total. Yeah,
Okay.
they don't do a lot of damage. They can just do
Fair.
damage.
Yeah, so I was like looking
Yeah,
at
it's
the
one of
other
those things.
screen, and I'm like, wait, did I miss it?
Yeah, sorry. No, it's 10. The other Jackaware here, the yellow, yells at the scorpion to follow and attack, and the Jackaware will make his. This one can make 1. As he walks up to you, Dudu, he pulls out his like a scimitar and makes an attack at you. 23 to hit.
That will hit.
For 4 points of slashing damage. He then, like, looking as he like looks at the blade, licks it, and just growls. His eyes sort of pierce into yours. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Well, 1 second. I don't think my buttons are working.
Yeah, if you just want to roll off your sheet and then just let us know. Or if you want to roll in the D20 and roll 20. If you want to roll the D20 and roll 20, and then just add your bonuses, you can do that too.
Yeah, I'll have to roll in D20, I think. Wisdom save.
Wisdom save, yep.
I also need a Constitution save for my spell, but I'll do Wisdom first.
Okay. Yeah, that passes. Okay. Wisdom save.
Okay, yep. The 19 was Wisdom and 21 was Con. Looks like my spell is still.
Okay. Yep, and nothing happens. You feel like some sort of effect from the jackal's gaze, but doesn't seem to take hold. All right. Those are the jackal's turns. Aljin's turn. Hearing the ruckus, he sort of goes, excuse me, sees the giant scorpion-like things, and is like, "Uh-oh, this isn't great." Kieran's blocked. Dudu's blocked. That's not good. Sorry, I'm going to be mumbling to myself for a minute to try to figure out, like I said, what I'm going to be doing here. I need to get this cone up. Check this here real fast. Where, at what point can I get people? If I go right here, this is fun. Nope, that's not going to work either. All right, so seeing that Dudu and Kieran, he's going to have to take one more step. Everybody's sort of... he doesn't want to get that close. He's not going to go that far. I think you can see Dudu at this point being blocked in by that thing. He's going to cast Vortex Warp. So, all right, we're going to cast Vortex Warp on Dudu. Seeing Dudu there blocked in, Dudu, you feel a look like water like wrapping around, and like it trying to move. You can. It's up to you on how to react. I can. If not, then it takes through. I guess it posts on VTT.
They
It
would
does do that.
not try and resist the water Ashari magic.
Okay, you'd feel it. You would get pulled where he can see, and you almost get placed onto like poof on these pillows behind you as you get placed down. And Aljin's like, okay, where's Kieran? And he's like now looking around, peers his head around. He's like, he's blocked in too. And that's all that he can do. Aljin can do. Scorpion will sort of move around here, blocking a little bit of everything, and taking a couple pops at Kieran again. 2 claws at Kieran.
It hit.
18, 17. Hold on, were those? Oh, so 8 points of bludgeoning. I don't know, is this bludgeoning? Technically bludgeoning damage as the stinger comes down and goes after you. Oh, a 5, I'm guess misses. The other one starts to head this way, realizes it's gone, is starting to look around, will finish its movement to here. Does it have reach? You see, it reaches 5, 5. Oh, I need to make another Constitution. Nope, never mind. The tail missed. Did he move? Let me see. He was here. He did move down this way because the guy told him to. That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Let's see how far they can move. Oh, they can move 40. Ruling from everybody else, Jack, and guys that I play with, overlapping monsters that are large like this. I have mixed feelings. I want to see what you guys' what your gut reactions on this.
I've never personally done it.
Never personally done it because of hitboxes, because of boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he gets there, sort of blocking in.
Yeah, because that would be like if like
Yeah.
I was a giant creature, then like my teammate could occupy the same square as me.
Yeah.
That starts getting messy.
Yep. Agreed. Okay, Trixie, you're up. As you see the scorpions coming toward your area.
Targeting the red scorpion.
Okay.
First, a regular shot.
Yeah, 26 hits. 13 on the red.
That's 13 piercing on the red. That is magical.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Give me one
Oh,
second
no.
here. With that one, so 13 plus Because I think you do just a truck amount of damage. Like,
That's 14. That's
14.
13 piercing, 1 fire. We're gonna go ahead and sharpshooter again.
Give me 1 second here, because you might have that was the exact amount. That 1 was the tip scale on the red one, because you do just ridiculous damage. I have another character. There's another guy I play with that does very similar stuff.
Marshals that can output incredible amounts of damage per round are fun.
They're insane. Yeah, they're crazy.
Number go big, like
Yeah.
like Sigismund. You know, every time Sigismund is in there, I think Hunter has to beef up whatever the boss monster is. So that's always fun for me. And this is not a dissimilar build to that.
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I can see for my final shot is the blue one. So
Yep.
he is going to take the sharpshooter shot.
Okay.
This is probably going to miss.
I mean,
Somehow I did less damage on that. Hold on 1 second, actually.
you gotta roll your D6.
My Piercer feat allows me to re-roll that one.
Okay.
All right, better.
Oh,
So
okay.
that 1 on the D8 turns into a 7 on my re-roll. So that's a
Okay.
22 plus 4, so that's 26 total damage. 22 magical piercing, 4 fire damage to the blue black scorpion.
How much was that? 26?
26, yeah, totally, yeah, on the blue
That
scorpion.
yeah, that thing's looking real beat up and rough. Also, as you're just a couple hits on it into it, just piercing its carapace and starting to crack it open. And the flame. Did you roll for the flame on that one?
I did.
Okay.
I noticed that the 16 looked low, and I realized that's actually the minimum damage I can do.
Yep.
So the Piercer
Yep, I see.
feat, which I have, allows me to re-roll
Reroll the one.
a dice. Yeah.
Yep, gotcha. Yep, it is looking real rough and a little bit smoldery at this point. Kieran, unless Trixie has a bonus or a movement.
No, her position right now is actually pretty good. I can move if I have to later. But right now we are doing fine.
Yep. Okay. Kieran, you're up.
I think Kieran, seeing that one red go down, he's still next to that jackal. He'll look over at the fellow Ashari, and he says, Dodo, if I can block them up in this doorway for a moment, would you be able to collapse this tunnel, seal them in through that doorway with any of your magic power?
But of course.
Listen, follow me then. And Kieran will take a step up to... If he stands in this doorway, Dudu will be able to get around him, right?
In the doorway, yeah, I will allow the movement to go around.
Yeah, basically, I still want to block up the
around a
path of that
human.
person in the room.
Yeah. I mean, you guys can shuffle through each other, try to get around each other. I'm fine with that. I mean, it's like the standing in one position and trying to do something is going to be like a little more complicated. But like being able to move around each other,
yeah. Basically, yeah. So I'm gonna move there. Imagine if I take opportunity attack.
Let's see.
I left the
Remember
one
where
jackal.
You left the jackal, yeah. He would take, the alpha would take his swing with his claws, which says bite. That's his claws. No, misses.
All right.
I'm rolling I'm rolling a lot of ones tonight.
All right, and I will ready my action to cast a spell as soon as Dudu gets past me and clears the room. What I'm going to cast at this spot right here, in front of this doorway, I'm going to conjure a watery spear.
Ooh, okay. Excellent.
Is that directly on Aljin?
No, it's right in front of Aljin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, so is Aljin in that room too?
Aljin's, I think you're
Oh,
right next to me on
I'm at.
top of
Oh,
Aljin.
fuck. So I can't
You're on
stay
top
there.
of
I
Aljin.
didn't see that he was in the doorway when I started moving my
Yeah.
token. Sorry. So shit. Yeah, I won't be able to do that then. Probably.
I can do it myself if I get in.
Yeah, but basically it's like my plan was like him standing there to be able to cast a spell, so I'm like I have to kind of refigure out something else now.
Give me a. Oh, okay. No,
Yeah,
let's do
yeah. It
this.
was just like when I was
Let's
at
do
this
this.
square,
No,
I did not see a token in that doorway, so I
Yeah,
did
that's
not
fine.
know that was there at all. That's my
that's
bad.
why Aljin didn't move you too.
Dynamic
So you
movements.
can- Yeah. So how do we do this? Give me. You can make that movement there. Give me a an athletics check. If you want to keep doing, if you want to try to do this, give me an athletics check.
Yeah, yeah.
Against Aljin's disadvantage athletics check to see if you can, like, as you hit him and run into him.
Be a 16 athletics.
It falls prone, right between you and Trixie. I'll just move him off the side here.
Yeah,
as he goes prone, you hit him hard. He goes prone. You know, sort of bounces a little bit. Trixie, you can give me a dex check.
Yeah.
Dex, yeah, check Trixie. A lot of moving parts there. Just a check, not a save. You see Aljin getting checked and getting hit into, and you're gonna see if you can move around him. DC will be we'll go with a 12. We'll go with Aljin's fail.
All right.
And they'll allow you to do the watery sphere.
Awesome. Yeah, no, yeah. Sorry, make that complicated as soon as I realized my error.
No, it's fine.
I
mean,
bonkers.
11. You are also prone at this point, so you get hit into
Cause a domino.
Oh, I'm sorry. It gets hit into a domino effect, and you're both prone.
Awesome. But yeah, that will create a 5-foot radius, so watery sphere, so basically the size of that giant scorpion. Like as soon as Dudu clears that doorway.
Okay.
And that will be my
Amazing.
turn.
All right, and that's Dudu's turn. Are you gonna? You have anything? Or are you gonna move just to do what he says?
Yeah, we'll move in to do what he says. It looks like we have a prone person here, so I could stand here,
Yep, I'll allow that.
and then I'll wait for his thing to go off.
Yeah.
Okay. As Dudu crosses, yep, you throw the watery sphere out. How big is the watery sphere?
It is a 5-foot radius. Let's see if I can display. I conjure up a sphere of water with a 5-foot radius at a point I see with range. It can hover, but no more than 10 feet off the ground. I'm just gonna leave it right at ground level, like covering up that entire doorway. Any creature in the spear's face may take a strength savings throw. On a successful save, their objective, blah blah blah. They can choose fail. On a fail, the creature is restrained by a sphere and engulfed by the water. At the end of each of its turns, a restrained creature can repeat. Can restrain as many as 4 medium or 1 smaller, and basically just make a big old block up everyone.
Just a big old block of water right about here, keeping these guys in point. Yep, that goes off. I think technically the scorpion would be in the sphere, but it's a large creature. It would still could be ejected. A huge or larger creature must succeed on it.
Oh, the blue one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, because I was going to put
right-
I was going to put like at that
right on
space
top
that
of
the
the
red
red.
one is.
Okay,
So
perfect.
that's
Yep,
that
that's
10
fine.
foot. Yeah.
Yeah, we use him as the barometer or the marking for that. So perfect. What was Dudu's action at this point as you're standing above
So-
Trixie, seeing the watery sphere just come into life?
I do need to like touch the door, but I would like to close the door as like the object interaction for the turn and cast a spell.
Yeah, I'm going to allow. I mean, it's a cool matchup with these two Asharis of like, you know, almost making cement at this point. What it feels like, as you come past him, he casts the spell of watery sphere, and you slam the door. You reach over, slam the door, and then
We're gonna cast Stone Shape. The text says you could also shape a stone door or its frame to seal the door shut. We're just gonna seal it shut.
Okay, excellent. The door around it, the frame of the door is the stone that actually like weaves over top this lattice work over top the door, sealing it shut. You hear some splashes and bangs from the other side of the door as the jackals and the remaining scorpion are trying to scramble to get through it, at no avail at this point.
Sharis.
Cool. Yeah, cool as the door's shut.
Like halfway through, Karen's like, I don't want to fight these guys. Let's get out of here.
That's what it's one of those things. Like, I like this what we're doing here. It gets very crunchy, very hard, like very fast, and I this many minutes into it, I'm like, man, is this too much? Then I get concerned on that. At this moment, can we take just a 5-minute break real fast, and then we'll come back to it and finish this up?
Sure
You guys
thing.
okay with that? Okay.
So I was actually going to take the music down, and I'm gonna play Zook's song while we're gone.
That's fine. I'll turn it right off.
Well, here, keep yours going, because when that mine
Okay.
cuts out, you can have your in the background, and I'll just have
gotcha.
you're muted a little bit.
Gotcha. Cool.
Hell yeah.
All right. Oh, we don't get to hear it though.
On the replay.
On the replay, I'll have to listen to it. All right, let's take 5 here. Thanks, guys.
So this is a song from our friend and Aaron's uncle, Zook.
I am also back.
Recording's sake, once again, that was a song by Joseph Zook Rogers that they put out on the internet for fun a month ago, and they are an awesome person. You should check them out. I will put the credits and link to the Bandcamp below. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. I don't know, is that supposed to be a thing, right?
I don't know anymore. I can't keep up.
Yeah, like assuming anyone besides who's watching this campaign is listening.
Doesn't already know Joey. Yeah, exactly. Yep. That was gonna be one of my statements. Like, if this is your first time watching this channel, well, that's a weird place to start. Or you're one of my parents, because I'm now DMing.
I do have like my one friend from school. Leslie, got to give her a shout out. She just like follows along. She's like, I love these episodes because she has does her own podcast where they listen to scary movies and smoke weed and have commentary with her friend. And yeah, it's a really fun time. And she gave me a shout out on the thing the other day, and I'm like, oh,
that's awesome. That's what we need to do, like a 1 hour one shot of like a scary movie, and she can just watch this and commentate on it. Is everybody back?
Give me one more second, actually.
Yep, that's fine.
The doo-doo has returned.
The doo-doo has I feel like I just laugh every time you say doo-doo. I'm like, okay. He said, I don't know. It's a little crunchier than I want it to be. Like a little more like, okay, now roll this, now roll this, now roll this. But I guess that's kind of D&D, I guess, how that works. So 4 more fire arrows remaining.
As long as my concentration stays up.
Stays up. I don't think it's been quite an hour. I mean, with the investigations and with all the moving around, it's not been quite an hour yet. So you still got some time on that. And 4 more. Awesome. That's a cool build. It's a fun build. It's weird having, well, I guess you're a druid, 2 druids and I guess a sorcerer, but not having any major healing, like designated healer, is an odd feel.
Yeah, I think between the 2 druids, there's like enough like side healing to like be okay.
Yeah. I'm not even putting a dents in your guys' HP. I was just looking.
Oh, there's one person.
Well, you keep going out in front of everybody. Oh, sorry. I was getting rid of turn orders. Is Matt back? Everybody back? Nope. Facemess?
No.
No, nothing. But yeah, it's a fun way to just be like, you know, the scorpions and where. No, we're not doing that.
If someone was like, a skull behind a door that shoots fireballs, and you just close the door. Those flame skulls don't have hands. Just close that door back up.
You know, as
ignore
adventurers,
that closet.
we are pretty good at closing doors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Note to self: make more door mimics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Be absolutely wonderful.
Imagine stone shaping a door mimic into place.
Oh fuck!
Just screaming
as
it gets bolted into it. Ugh.
I call dibs my next swallow mission. Help! Mimics have invaded my house. You have to find all of them. Please come.
Oh, that'd be great. So, so just so I mean, Jack knows this, but this is pretty much a module out of a guy named DM Dave. Again, everything will be in the description if you want to get on his Patreon. He is a cool writer of the stuff. He has a game that if you want to play something like that, Jack, we'll get one figured out. It's called Mimic Museum, which I've read through a couple times. I'm like, this is gonna be so much fun to like throw in somewhere or throw into a Swallows game. Like a Mimic Museum would be. Things are mimics. Some things aren't mimics. Clear the mimics out.
It's
That's
mimic prop hunt.
basically it. Yeah, that'd be great. Be great.
Actually,
I love if you read the mimic, it says can learn common and is terrifying that it can learn common.
That's the next battle arena for the Swallows. 4v4, 4 mimics versus 4 players. The mimics get to like get a bunch of props and build like add it onto a scene. It'll be like a custom built map with all the props added, and they get to make themselves for the things. But buff them up, make them equal battle worthy. But I'm like that would be a really fun hide and seek.
Yeah, you could just tell everybody to come out with a changeling character, and that's the mimic. Come battle changelings or mimics.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, we haven't done a battle for a while.
I was probably gonna try and throw up one in the next couple weekends while I still got the Saturdays free.
Still got the healing time.
Couple more weeks downtime. Hopefully, not much longer than that.
Yeah. This is the first time I've actually used the lighting, the actual torches in the game, the white torches.
Oh yeah.
They work out. Usually, I just create an item and let it get off light. Like I find torches and I put them in there. I like having these. These are pretty cool.
Yeah, no, nice and fun. I will say, is Facemess still around?
Not yet.
Oh no, where'd the math dude?
Well, I don't know about that one, but I know where I am.
Good dupe.
Think the mimics got him.
Mimic's got Facemess. That's not cool.
I will say, living with Demna, there is always a chance for spontaneous chaos and shenanigan distractions. Yeah, say maybe just could even move along just in case if then they'll jump them on.
We can do that. I mean, it would probably be conversation here at this point.
Yeah.
To figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I think Aaron would just be huffing and puffing, and like his eyes, that red band glowing a little, and just almost like that crazed look in his eye.
Aljin sort of picks himself up, looks over at Tracy, goes, I'm sorry about that. I've been real clumsy the last few days. Oh, that's Facemess. Pulls her up on her feet. It's like, well, okay, well, we can't go that way. You hear pounding on the door.
Back.
Oh, there he goes. We're just sort of doing a narrative of getting up and cleaning ourselves off after that fight. Alan helped you up, being very apologetic to you, as Kieran's huffing and puffing, against the door, and you see his head sort of pound a little bit forward as you hear the giant scorpion rattle trying to get through, but enough of the stone shape has molded over top of the door where it's not giving way.
So just gonna leave them in there, right?
Yeah, that we
Um,
only got a minute till the sphere drops. Hopefully they don't get a way to break it down before then.
Yeah, you hear the splashing noise, and growling from the jackals. We just gonna move on. Try to hopefully that holds up. How long does the stone shape last, Dudu?
It lasts indefinitely as
Oh,
long as
excellent.
the stone remains, the shape remains.
Oh, perfect. That should be pretty good then.
They'll see those beasties getting out of there. I think they'll run out of air before.
Then I think a character left again.
Map left. Am I being heard? Or did I cut out again? Yep, fucker. God damn it.
You're at 18, right? I'm down to 15 here. Okay. Because I can't recover any from the room that was in the Saeryn. Alright.
My internet went out again on my son. Just roll forward on my phone and I'll just have you guys on my fucking speaker for now. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, that's fine. That happens. Technical difficulties is what happens when we play on roll 20 and stuff.
Or when shitty internet providers don't actually come fix your shit after 2 weeks. But yeah, Kieran will just silently tag along for the meantime.
Scorpion scared him. We gonna head to the south there. Trixie, Dudu, Saeryn. Gonna head straight that way. Heads. Okay. I'll go in the same order. Trixie after Dudu, then me and Saeryn. Yep. We going through these hallways. It's like lit up nicely. Here, I'll sort of give a visual of. I should have done this earlier. Hallways, as you see, the arches and the torches, the stone of Morgen across. It seems well lit, well traveled. We just push forward. Is that any conversation, anything going on? Any thoughts from the first few doors or floors, or next time we take one of these little missions, people are going missing. We might want to try to figure out what they're going missing for before we take the mission. Yeah, that's empty. Because Jack Wares was not on my Ludo card. I don't think that's really anybody never really thinks of the Ware creatures. Even though Sarah, do you know if they normally around this area? I think I'm gonna wait here for other people to catch them. Yeah, I can pull Sarah with the crew out of his.
Yeah, just move me along.
It's
I'm listening on my phone. I'm just following everyone until I can do anything. I'm like holding this phone up to my microphone so you guys can actually be heard still.
I'm assuming Trixie's following along, yeah. Let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll assume. I'll just keep on keeping up. Yep, keep on trucking. I can pull everybody through to the next area. Let me see what room we're in now. I can find my notes. You enter the door here. It's held open. It's still
curtains, this curtain here, and this curtain here are swaying with no real breeze, but look like something came out of there quickly. There is a large table that has scraps of bones under it on top. It looks like mundane, like daggers and little piles of coins sitting upon it. And that's sort of what you see from what the party sees from the doorway.
Oh, why do I get the feeling that there's an ambush in there?
Everybody's sort of piled up. We'll say that everybody's sort of together at this point. Yeah, I'll pull you across their tree.
I'm
About-
back over with Aljin. I'm back on the computer for now,
Okay.
so I can't
I was
see
just
anything
sort of
but a
pulling
hallway.
forward, listening. You can't see anything in the hallway? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
I didn't
sort
know
of-
which way people were moving or not, so I
Yeah.
didn't want to start just touching stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. So stacked up, everybody's sort of stacked up in that doorway again, looking through. Like I said, you see some curtains rust that like started flowing a little bit. But with your passive, I think you had a pretty decent passive perception. If
it's
you want to give an 18, yeah, it appears that quickly people were moving in this direction. That's the measuring tool. That's the line tool is moving from this direction. You see from here, it looks like dust got kicked up this way. This curtain over on this side is still rustling along with this one here, and they seem to have moved toward this direction. Maybe the sounds of a fight up above them, or something along those lines might have alerted them to something happening.
Okay, I think I would kind of move in the same direction. It looks like I'm starting to see beds.
Yeah, look down, you see this might be, through the curtains, the crudely shaped curtains, you see beds almost like living chambers. Looking at how this room is built and how it's built out of stone, this sort of confirms this is probably less of a temple and more of a tomb. And these look like they were at one point, you look around the stones being the Ashari of the stone, you see that there weren't doors there, but it was beaten in. Looks like a crypt knocked in from outside in, and they sort of turned whatever was in here into a living chamber. I think at that point, you can see with everybody, is Trixie moving any further?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get around the corner at least so I can get eyesight.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Move. Kieran, yeah, as we're trackling through this, yeah, you can go ahead and cast Cure Wounds. If you're gonna do it twice on yourself.
Yeah, like right when we got out of
Yep.
that last hallway and started.
Yeah, as you're
just cause,
preparing. Yep.
Thank you.
I think due to you would see at this moment a movement. I think you can see it right about here. I think it's right about here. You should be
I
able to see
see
something.
a figure right there, just like
Yeah.
half of his token.
Yep, and it disappears, and you hear the shutting of a door.
Well, let's go see what's going on over there.
I've got your back.
I'm coming out slowly. What? So we know this is a trap, right? We obviously see this coming.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna just do this. Do we want to try to talk? Do we want to just go in, guns ablaze or pepper boxes ablazing?
I think pepper boxes ablazing is our best bet. Yes.
Okay, I guess that's perfect. I love it.
Is this
Let's
like a
try it.
habanero pepper?
Let's hope
that-
so.
I'm just moving you, Saeryn, because I wasn't sure where you were, if you were with us. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm following right back.
Okay.
It's like you
Okay.
keep saying Saeryn, and I'm like, that's not registering in my
sorry,
brain
Karen.
at all. Like,
Kieran,
sorry. Like,
Kieran,
I'm
sorry.
just used to like Saeryn being our regular player. So
Yeah, exactly, Kieran. Due to you approach the door, you hear muttering of growls and singers, and then you hear a loud. You can go ahead and come in, knowing that you're there. And
They know we're here, and they told us to come in. Should we just waltz in?
I mean,
there's a
it's
surprise
really
either
hard
way.
for me to be impolite if I'm invited.
Okay. I guess Dudu's just gonna open the door, and
You
probably
see,
probably step
go
on
ahead.
it.
You see, one end of the chamber has a large throne on a dais. The throne has a gold around the outsides. You also see like a sarcophagus right to the right of it, covered in this vine-looking material. There's a singular red little bud on top of this of this vine, and the sarcophagus is actually opened, and you see the entombed like a mummy, but being covered from the inside with this um, like ivy that has this reddish tint to it with this, like I said, red bud on it. Where holding a great sword in front of him on top of this throne. And I'll zoom in on him. And you hear one guy chirp out, one yellow chirp out to him. He's like, Raksheen, these are the intruders. He goes, I'm very well aware of that. And sort of gives him a little backhand. He goes, what have you come in here for? What brings you in to my house? Thinking he a little bit of hand. What bad guys do.
Do we be honest with them, or
Why not?
and then Dudu would kind of like address the Jackawares. I believe we're actually here for perhaps the flower here, and points to the sarcophagus.
He looks over at
And
it.
the missing people, and the missing people.
Oh, and the missing people. Yes.
Looks at you, looks at the flower, goes, the missing people. That's easy. We're doing the good work of Groomf. I gotta remember the names now.
Groomsh?
Groomsh. He goes, yes, Groomsh. Yeah, he goes, Jackalwares. The jackals have been in here since he cleansed this area into this beautiful desert waste. Because we have been here long ago. Just sort of looking at you guys on the sword. He goes, the great pharaoh points at him. He's like, was the first of us, a great gift and boon of Groomsh. We found this tomb and it is now ours. The trade route is ours, and we will continue to make our presence known.
So does that mean we can have the flower respectfully?
Give me a persuasion or persuasion.
Okay.
If you're gonna be respectful about it. Oh yeah, I don't know if it's it's working.
A 3.
Laughs, goes, ha ha. No, no. This is where our king, our pharaoh is. Of course not. Just open up the gates. And you see this yellow one, or orange one. He like pulls these chains, and you hear as this grid opens up in the ceiling, and the angle you see Katha starting to like wane across, and you see the red moon start pulling across, and it sort of makes this white red like mix, and as this sort of onto the coffin and the and you see the bud blooms into this large lotus flower. Let me get on the map. At that moment, you see all the other jaguars. Their eyes start flashing red as you see this like light encompass this room, and the smell of this thing starts happening. And he pounds down. He goes, "They are here to take what is ours. Get them." And we'll get back into initiative at this point. I like the attempt. I love the attempt of like, we can do this without hurting people. It's no problem.
I gave it a shot. You know.
You gave it a shot. You gave it a shot. I mean, a natural 3 on persuasion is probably not going to get it going, but
But you can't say I didn't try.
Mine didn't come through to Beyond again, but
Okay.
it's a natural 1 for a 3 initiative. I'm going to give you a roll D20 roll in this game for a charisma saving throw from Kieran.
Okay.
The rash that's spreading across his face, like, it almost like is starting to fully encompass him. It like starts to come down his vines, and like small like boils and blisters of red start to break out in his eyes, seeing that lotus like flare up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Like that. 6 for Trixie.
Yeah, I think you're just gonna have to add a solid.
Yeah, I'll just add it in. I'm gonna put jackals in a 1. Control U, was that it? No, shift U. Nope, that wasn't it either. Oh, I need to get on the right thing. Click the right people. And in the right layer might help. There's Trixie. There's Dudu. Okay. Is a short for Aljin. Oh no, don't black screen me.
Oh no.
Sorry. It came back. It's just...
This might be the most tech-scuffed night of any D&D
Yeah.
game I've ever played.
What was... This is... I don't know why. I mean, I was running perfectly fine earlier, and then I just looked, and it's been acting funny. Now I'm full white screened right now, so the DMB roll 20 is a little funky. Let me reload. I know there's a lot of assets on this screen right now, and it's probably acting a little funny. Is anybody else having issues, or just me and Jack right now?
I'm doing okay, I think.
Doing okay?
Other than
Yeah, I'm doing
my roll beyond, or whatever the heck it's called.
Yeah, that's
sending my initiatives.
Yeah, that's acting a little funny.
Yeah, there has to probably been like an update on one of the 2 things recently that's like kind of making them incompatible for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then my problem's just bad internet.
Yeah. What is... I'm just going to have you go first on ties with the bad guys. I'm going to have you go first. Go ahead. I'll let you go as he says get them. You see the other jackals sort of get prepared, and you're up.
Well, I can't say I didn't warn you, I guess. I'm going to use my one item that I have that's not the +1 item. I am going to bring out a yellow diamond and toss it, and cracking it on the ground right about there.
Okay.
My yellow diamond is a elemental gem. I now have an earth elemental in that
Oh.
space.
Okay. All right. Amazing. Let me see if I can find something for Earth Elemental.
They might actually be in that spell pack. I think there's a set of all of them.
Yeah, I was gonna look, and it was. Yeah, it is. There is Conjure Earth Elemental. That's roughly the
Too
size.
large. I think it's just large, right?
Yeah, they're
it
large.
says 10 feet. Let me see what the.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm like super zoomed in. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Let me give you control over it.
Perfect. I guess technically it should roll its own initiative. Do you want me to do that, or do you just want me to do it at the end of my turn?
Just go at the end of your turn. That's fine.
Okay. Well, that is my action. So I'm
Okay.
going to move. I guess it also takes my concentration, so fire arrows are down.
Okay.
And then we'll just have the elemental attack. I'm going to focus hard on the main guy at first.
Yeah, Rakshin. Oh, yeah.
15 and 14.
15 and 14. Let me double check his. But 15 should hit. Let me double check. Yeah, 15 hits. Oof.
That is 16 bludgeoning damage.
Oof. And I'm assuming the big elemental man is magical.
No.
Oh, no?
He is not. No.
Okay. Alrighty. He is not magical. Okay. Excellent. That's what I need to know. Is that your turn? And that's your
Yeah,
elemental's
that is
turn.
it. Yep.
You see him take the hit from the elemental, the two. And he looks up at. He looks at his people and he goes, "This is why this Kasir brought them here. This is what they want to wipe us out. Get them." And he uses his pack assault, and any creature within 30 feet make a coordinated strike on one creature. They can use their reactions. So they're using their reactions. This one, 10, 15, 20, 25. That moves here. And they're going to do the coordinated assault on the elemental because it's a giant elemental. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Man, they get
25
movement and attack. That's a dope ability.
Well, so the Rakshen can use his. So it's like he can use an ability to do this, and his attacks. But this is one of those things that like recharges. So they Werejackals use. Oh, here, I'll just post in BTT.
Yeah, no, that's I'm like no, that's I'm like I've never
Yeah.
ran them before. I'm like that's a cool ability that like because normally like the commander's like hey you get the strike, so I'm like no, this is like the better
Yeah.
way to do it.
Yeah. So Werejackal orders the coordinate, or a coordinated attack on one creature it can see within 30 feet. Each of the Werejackal allies can use this reaction to move to 30 feet and make a melee attack against it. So each Werejackal allies, yeah. So it can see. So there'd be all four get to move and all four get to make the attack. On the elemental, they're going to use their long swords because they're in hybrid form. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The 24 and the 18.
24 and 18 hit. Can I roll that? No, you're going to be funny about it, are you? Here's the 18, and I got to manually roll the other one, so it's 2d8 plus 2. Oh, I'm sorry, that roll too. Take the first one, take the 3 and the 8, 12 plus 2. Sorry, my brain's not working. 14 plus 4, 18 on the elemental.
Was that 18 total?
18 total on the elemental. That was the Werejackal's ability there, and then Rockshot can take 2 melee attacks at it also, because that thing's just gigantic.
Okay, the 21 hits.
For 10 points, as he just slices into it with the one attack, not doing as much damage, and just staring at it, like growling. Trixie,
Is any
go
of
ahead.
this magic as well?
No, they're all
Okay, yeah.
mundane weapons.
He has resistance to all of this.
Amazing, that's great. This is gonna be a fun attack or a fun combat here. All right, it is Trixie's turn. As you see, and get swarmed by jackals.
Huh. And I guess my only question is about cover right now. Rukshen. He's it's a tricky shot.
Mm-hmm.
But how much cover would you say Rukshen has for me right now? Is it full? Is the only real question.
I don't think it would be full cover because he's sort of up where the elemental's placed. He's up on a dais, so you probably see. I know what you're asking. You see a small amount of him. Probably to hit with it. Well, hold on. Saren's in the way. A large elemental's in the way. A jackal's in the way. I would say with 3 people in the way, he's covered.
Okay.
I had a look.
So because full coverage is the only thing I can't.
Yeah.
I ignore basically everything else because of sharpshooter.
Yeah. Yep. Anything besides full, but if it was just the elemental, I would say no. But with the 2 other people in the way, it would be full cover. Can't quite get the angle.
In that case, the only thing I have to do is, I guess I'll do orange.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's around. You can see him sort of around Kieran.
First, a regular shot.
It's a very funny MO you have. Yep, that hits.
I'm going to stick with that.
No fire anymore. Elementals eating.
I still have a few of those left.
No, he dropped
I have to
concentration.
Oh, you dropped
Concentration.
concentration on? Well, then never mind.
Yeah.
Ignore that 3. So yeah, just 9 magic piercing, and then I will sharpshooter the orange guy.
Uh, 14 just misses.
Gotcha. Okay, that's 2 arrows gone.
That was your first. I think that was your first miss of the game, wasn't it?
I think there was 1 miss earlier, but I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Anything else you need to do? You're gonna stay pretty happy with where you're at?
Yeah, my placement is good, and my features don't. I don't have a bonus action feature to use right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, they're all in the area. All when I start. Okay. He's. There's a lot of things to do. Okay, well, he's going to. Aljin is going to stay away from that. So that he's gonna, from the angle, he knows he doesn't want to hit anything toward that flower. He believes that's the flower he's looking for, so he's just gonna pull out a ice knife and hit yellow with ice knife. Yes, he might hit the elemental also, but I don't know if he cares about that elemental at this point. So he's gonna do Ice Knife, which misses and splashes over this way, away from anybody else. I know it's supposed to explode even on a miss. I guess that means one guy has to make a... Let's say this guy, it hits back this wall, and Purple's going to have to make a dex save to see if he gets hit by any shrapnel. A 6, he does. We'll move on as I'm fixing this thing over here. Karen, you're up.
So, there's a lot of really awesome, good tactical things I can do.
But
None of those are gonna happen because of bad reasons and bad luck. Kieran, as he's like glowing with this like red rage, he's gonna kind of come over and get in like this area, like right here. Like kind of step over around past Aljin, and he is going to bonus action go into a rage. And then as an action, a wild shape into a giant octopus that is just like glowing red with like the veins like going through like each one of the tentacles, and each one end with like a small red like sharp crystal, like almost like a flail end on each end of the arm. It's all just flavor.
yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, he'll just become large with his action wild shape and is in a rage.
Trixie screams.
So he'll become large, and like I think his like the plan is to try and like encompass over that space where the like.
Oh, is he trying to protect
If
his
there's a
space?
way, like, basically it's that like, it's a full my precious type moment.
Yeah.
And he's like getting over and like protecting that space basically.
Yeah, the draw, you sort of feel that pulse. Aljin's looking at it too. You sort of feel that pulse of the moon hitting it and this thing opening up, causing you to become protective of it, and want to have it. Cool.
Kieran's
that.
movement, action, and bonus.
So you're over top. You're kind of in, you're sort of holding over top of the whole coffin, sarcophagus. Okay, amazing.
Yes.
I just put all the guards on 1 because I don't want to roll 4 initiatives. If everybody's cool with that, they're actually, I think, all going to. I think the blue one is going to take a swing at the giant octopus that just showed up, because it's a giant octopus that just showed up, and that's a little terrifying. So he's going to take 2 swings at the octopus, a 16 and a 17.
Both hit.
Okay. They don't hit for much. 15 total
Awesome.
points.
Down to 7 for resistance.
Okay. The other 3 are taking their 2 attacks at the elemental. So 1.
Oh, I think we accidentally closed it.
Yeah, I was about to click on it.
You're looking for
16.
AC 17, 61.
Okay. So we got a 25. That was for
Yep.
orange. Yellow is going to take swings. I'm going to take all the swings at it right now. Nope, that one misses. The last one's going to take his 2 swings. Rolling absolute garbage today. So we're going to do... double the dice. D8 on top of that. 8 points
So
of
8
slashing
total?
damage. Yep, total points of slashing damage. Does the purple one sort of, you see a creature? Can the elemental roll me a wisdom saving throw? Hear me ask you a question. Can the elemental be unconscious?
No, it is immune to the unconscious condition.
This thing does not know that. It's staring at it. You see it staring and staring and staring in the same, look that you had before, dude. I think you tried to get this ability. And the jackal sort of shakes his head and looks at it and like trying to look around, trying to figure out what is going on. And all the other ones are sort of looking at that. I would say, Karen, in your shape, roll me a wisdom save also, as the blue one's staring at the octopus.
Wisdom save?
Yes.
Let's see if this will actually come through the thing. Nope. So I'm just gonna roll d20 plus 7. 19.
Yeah, you got it. You're good. You feel that you've shrugged this thing off, that you are no longer you're immune for whatever effect that was at this point for a while. All right, Dudu, you're back up as your elemental is sitting there doing some damage. You think hitting Rushan.
Yeah.
Rasheen. You're up.
I will target orange, and I am going to do just a we'll do frostbite. I need a DC 16 con save.
Okay. A 12.
Okay, that is 11 cold damage, and it has disadvantage on its first attack.
Okay.
And then, of course, we'll have elemental slam.
On orange also?
No, the big
On-
guy again.
Yeah, okay, Raksheen. Okay, yep. Go ahead and slam.
21
Hey.
probably hits. 13 probably misses.
Yeah, 21 definitely hits. Hits him, I would... Hard to see. I think Saeryn would notice it. The hits on him don't seem to be... I gotta look here. I gotta read these actual statements. Okay. Don't seem to be hurting him as much, or from your angle, it looks like he's getting hit hard. Looks like he's getting hit real hard. You don't hear like a grunt when he gets hit, but it looks like he's getting hit hard. But it feels, I think you have the feeling that it's not doing as much or anything at this point.
Perfect. Yeah. That was 8 non-magical bludgeon.
All right. No movement. Good there.
Yep.
Okay. Rock Sheen's. Let me roll a d6. Let's see if he recharges his ability. He does not. He is going to. Well, he is going to make a jump down. He's going to take, if I think take opportunity attacks, he's going to take it. It's 5, 10, 15. He's going to make a movement here. Not liking that someone's close to his flower. And he's going to make his 2 attacks at the octopus. Not knowing that he's also 15 and 18 for the octopus.
Does a 16 hit him with the attack of opportunity?
Yes, it does. Oh, it didn't have the 8. Okay. Yeah, the 16 would hit.
Gotcha. It's another 15 non-magical bludgeon.
I'd say with him jumping over there and you sort of looking around, you see the swing hit. You see him pull his arm up and hit his arm, and pieces of your elemental sort of hit his arm and break off. At that point, you do notice that the non-magical bludgeoning damage is doing no effect to this gentleman at all. Did we lose Jack?
I'm here.
Okay.
Listen.
15 and an 8. That's okay. 15 and 18 to hit the giant octopus.
Octopus, oh yeah, both.
Both hit. Okay. Longsword. Oh, that's the wrong person. That's here. Be these two. Ignore the first one that says Kassir. 12 and 12 on damage on that as he's
So,
swiping at you,
I'll take,
screaming. He goes, "Get away from that!"
I'll take 12
Hitting
damage.
is hard. Yep. And it's Trixie's turn.
I see he has stepped away from his cover.
Yep.
Ten-foot walk up to there. He's no longer behind full cover.
Mhm.
Her eyes just narrow, and you can see she starts really. She reaches back and pulls an arrow, and knocks it, and then just blows a kiss at Rock Chen.
Rakshin, yeah. You see
Bonus
him-
action, fighting spirit.
Uh-huh. You see him like
That's
you
my
see him
second
like
one today.
you see
I only
him,
get
like,
3 of those.
yeah. You see the octopus's arms like going around trying to keep himself above the flower, and you see like between his legs you just see peaks of his head, and you're sort of making the timing shot.
The following 2 sharpshooter shots are going to be done at advantage. Triple
Okay.
advantage.
Triple advantage. Well, the crit hits.
I think the 24 does as well.
Yeah, they both hit.
Okay, so there is something I forgot the last time I crit.
Uh-huh.
With the piercer feat, I actually do on a crit, I do an extra.
Mhm.
So instead of 2d8, it's a 3d8.
Nice.
So
It's a lot of damage.
yeah, so that's
First one's a 35. That's in the crit. Is that including?
hold on. There's one more d8 that goes on to that crit.
Yep. $36.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Piercer.
There we go.
Yeah, but no. All right, so an extra. Okay.
And then follow with 23 piercing
23.
damage
Yep, that does hit.
from the regular hit. Wow. Whew. That was a bonus action. That was action. I even used a little bit of movement. Action surge. 2 more.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Fucking love Trixie.
The 13-14 does make me sad, but
Yeah, 13-14 misses. Are any of those? One of those has to be. Let's see, that was a.
Oh yeah,
see
they
if
were all
there's a
still
1.
triple.
See if there's a 1 snuck in there anywhere. 'Cause you're,
a
you're
9,
just
6, and an
+5.
8.
The 22 definitely does hit.
That's another 22 piercing damage.
Were you doing the math there? It's somewhere around like 89 or 84 points of damage. If I'm not
Hold
mistaken.
on. That's 21 plus 8 is 29. 29 plus 6 is
I might have missed something there.
35. 35 plus 7 is 42.
Thank you. I was thinking I missed something.
42 plus 23 is 65. 65 plus 22. Oh, there. Dude, got it. It's 87.
87. Yeah. I was letting you go. You're having a good time.
Cooking.
That 2 big hits just sends him reeling.
I have made myself a
snaps.
target. I am going to back up now.
You made yourself a target. Yep. Absolutely.
Just close the door behind me. Bye.
That would be amazing.
4
Just like,
arrows.
click. Click. No more. I lost arrows. We nothing happens. Nothing happened.
That does bring me down to
Amazing.
10 arrows. So that is going to be. We're starting to get to a problem.
Does Trixie have a backup plan? Like,
Absolutely not. I did not design this appropriately. I'll probably have to run in and grab a longsword.
I mean, yeah, there's going to be something there. Not. Okay, Aljin's up. He moved that way. Aljin's going to jump this way. Not liking being where he's at, but he's going to try the angle. I mean, there's only a few. Aljin's nothing but AoE capable. It's going to be hard not to do it. He doesn't want to hit that flower or come close to it. And that's a 30-foot. No, that's too close. I don't think he would do that. It's too close to that flower. He's going to at least get these. He's going to angle it so he can get the 3. He might just move up. He's going to angle it so he can get the 3 of those creatures. Maybe here. Without nobly hitting the flower. Or I guess Saeryn. Or Karen. So that would be the look right there. It's a 30-foot cone. He's angling it so he doesn't hit that. All 3 of those guys need to make a dexterity, or no, con save. Yeah, con save. 1, 2, 3. Get to just pass. The other two pass. So one takes full. 18. Orange takes 18. And is locked into place. Cannot move. Can still take attacks. I'll double check that. But is pretty much in the slowed can't move region.
Rhymes binding ice sets your speed to 0 until an action is taken and remove the ice from your feet.
Yeah.
You can still attack and reaction and whatnot, but yeah.
And technically, the elemental fails, so the elemental also takes 18 points of cold damage. They're to take 9 each. Purple. And man, he doesn't want to be out in the open either. He's gonna go up. No, he's staying where he is. There's a big octopus in the way, but there's no good places for him to go, and he doesn't feel like he should be in the way of Trixie. So it is Kieran's turn.
Just making sure if Kieran, he's large, so he's like in the space over the flower, kind of. Like, would I be within melee, be to hit the big boy?
Yeah,
the big bad guy?
let's just put you over top because you are a larger creature.
Okay.
I just didn't have an
Yeah, I
octopus.
figured you didn't want to make the large
would-
token. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. You're big enough where you can hit
So, fun fact:
a lot of people.
octopuses can only breathe underwater, but they can hold their breath for an hour.
Oh, amazing!
So,
What a good
it's a
consort.
seething rage of an octopus, but it's just sitting there holding its breath with like a big inflated belly. In his rage, I don't have reckless. That's not how it works. He's not an actual barbarian. He's just gonna make one his tentacles attack, and that's just gonna be at the big boy.
Before you make that attack, roll a d20, similar to how you've been doing when you make 0, when you make 1s, being around this flower. Okay, you're fine. Nothing happens. Continue.
All right, they'll take a tentacle attack at the big boy.
Okay.
It's another natural one.
Another natural 1. That is. There's been a lot of 1s from the two of us in this game. Makes a sweep. It makes a tentacle cap misses. A 6. Oh yeah, you have to roll for those too. Is there anything else?
Oh yeah, no, that thing's fucked. It's flailing around and like, if an octopus could shriek, in like a weird abyssal type language, and then I will say, as Kieran like came through, he like pretty much like when he went to that rage, he like ripped his shirt off and like the contents, like all this stuff like went spilling on the ground, essentially. So he does have in his inventory his other item, believe it or not, was a elemental gem of blue sapphire. So that may or may not clank around on the ground if anyone may or may not have. Yeah, that's tink 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 and spills out somewhere. Because he's not using that.
We'll see. Comes up anywhere.
Exactly, that will be Kieran's turn.
Okay.
Basically, anyone with any passive insight, like, you're not sure what's left of Kieran at the moment.
Who's been taking swipes at? I don't feel like it's gonna. It's gonna take attacks at. Blue's gonna take attacks at the elemental because they gotta get rid of that thing. That thing's being a pain in the butt. 2 attacks at that. 23. I'm assuming hits.
Yep.
They just don't hit that hard. They hit for 8. The orange is going to do the same thing. He can't move, so he's just taking these attacks at swinging. 13, I think, misses. I think you said it was a 15.
Correct. Miss.
Purple is going to do the same thing, I think. They're all going to rinse, repeat. Oh, that's the wrong one. 22.
22 hits.
Okay. For 7, the other jackal actually takes a run, 5, 10, 15, getting hit or seeing where this came from, he's going to take a run to here, and he's going to take an attack at Aljin. I think both those hit.
Yeah.
Yup,
So
yup.
he hits with his thing at 18 non-magical blood.
Okay. Against that guy, 18 on the yellow.
Yellow. Yeah.
Okay. For 13 for Aljin. Aljin gets sort of hit. You hear him go, ah, and gets hit, and you hear like the jackals like chirping and making, you know, what they kind of have the hyena laugh, don't they? Jackals, they have kind of like that sort of laughing noise.
Can we get a make some noise, Brennan Lee Mulligan, jackals?
Yeah. Okay, great.
Oh no, Josh
Judy, you're
Rubin.
back.
Josh Rubin.
Josh Rubin. I'd say at that point you'd see that the elemental is hitting these jackals, but whatever, since it's non-bludgeoning, is not doing anything to. I think due to you would have the full look of it hitting this creature and it not doing anything. I'll let you know at this point that the jackals and the were-jackals have immunities to piercing, bludgeoning, slashing from non-magical weapons that aren't silvered.
It's all right. It's still nice to draw attention.
It's still nice to draw attention away. Yep. And these things have to
Wow.
chop this thing down to want to do anything.
I will go ahead and still keep on keeping on with the orange one over there. I will need a con save for frostbite him again.
Okay. A 7. No, hold on. A 17.
Let me see. It's DC 16, so he passes. He takes nothing.
Okay.
And then of course it'll be the elemental. He'll slam the other one. If you really don't
If
need me to roll,
You don't have to roll. No.
Yeah.
They all have immunities to things that aren't silvered or magical. Rashkin's turn. Oh man.
Yeah, he's just there to tank.
Yeah, just taking hits, and that's what he's doing at this point. I didn't think that was gonna come up and just start bashing through. He is going to do his. See if his. Swarm one creature. That one can't do it. I'm stuck. And you already took. So he calls for the jackals to move in on Aljin because nope, he's gonna have the jackals move in on thing that's around his flower. Calls for them, so all 4 of them can make attacks on you. Octopus, 1, 2, 3, 4. 15, 17, 13, and 19 attack as they all sort of, and this one turn just hit and hit, trying to get this thing off of the flower that it's on. I think
I'll hit.
All hit. Okay. All right. 2, 3, 4. For 19 points
That
of
sounds
slashing
octopus
damage
makes.
as they hit and you know, with their long swords knocking you, try and knock you off this
19 down to 9.
this thing. Okay, amazing. That was the his ability, and now he makes his 2 attacks.
I will say he is technically large. I don't know if like they would be able to get that.
Oh, that
full
one can get
him.
around. It wouldn't be. It'd be like that. Then.
Okay.
Well, it would be. That,
Yeah, I mean it'd all
right?
be the same. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They can get around you. It's just how close.
Mhm.
And he's taking. Rakshan's going to take his 2 attacks.
There we go. I can put myself in the center there.
Oh, that's fine. 18 and a crit. Sure, the both hit. First one is 13 points of slashing, and then the second one is this plus an extra d6.
Oh damn! What was that on?
That was on the octopus. That was Rakshin's actual attack. So his was a 19, 29, 32. 32 points of slashing damage as he's trying to get you off of his flower because you are on what he covets also.
Still up.
Still up. All right, Trixie, you're up, and there's a mess of people everywhere in this place.
Trixie turns around to Dudu and says, "Do you want me to get you in there,
I
or are you
I'm
happy
good
being right
myself.
here?"
I'm happy being ready.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what that means. Just cool. That's it.
E. I think I get to about there. See Aljin and fighting one of these things. Aljin, do you want to be somewhere else?
Yes, please, very much so. I mean, I can do it next turn. Next two. Talking medically, I can do that. But if why don't you just shoot people? You keep doing well with that.
All right, I'll just keep doing that. I can bonus action fighting spirit again and shoot 2 more times at Rakshen.
That,
Just gonna try to end it.
yeah. At this point, I think you're the only one that's really hit him for damage, and it's just an insane amount of damage in like a couple rounds. Yeah, the crit hits. Jeez.
Saying, you didn't ask the octopus if they wanted to move.
So like 33. Nope. 32.
32 plus
37.
5. Yeah, 37.
Uh-huh.
The question is he still up?
No. How do you want to do this?
Yes.
I think Trixie asked, Aljin, do you want to go somewhere else? And Aljin's like, I can do that. And he's like, okay. And then just goes back into the fighting spirit. Is visibly exhausted now, having used it the maximum number of times she's able to do it. But still manages to get right underneath and the arrow flies, dips directly in between some giant octopus tentacles, and just clocks Rakshen directly in right directly in the sternum, piercing into through his ribcage.
Yeah, you hear it hit. It hits like something hard, like metallic, and there's like almost like a wave of like magical energy that shock waves out as it pierces through him, and he hits the ground. The other werejackal, or the jackal wares, are like sort of reverbed, like when that hits, it sort of like hits also on them. And you see them like shaking their heads, and those redness of their eyes sort of blank out, and they go to like a normal human eye, and they're like sort of looking at each other, and they transform back into their human forms, and they're like sort of confused, looking around, looking at them. And one of them's like, he's dead, he's gone. And he goes over and pulls this medallion out that is now shattered in pieces. He goes, his control of us is over, it's done. And they just sort of look at you guys like putting their arms down and sort of like putting everything down in a way. They're with the leader down that had a magical thing you could have found if you didn't say sternum, kill him. Shatter whatever control that he had over these beings. And they have all like fully surrender.
There's even a second of pause. The
I guess
octopus
I'll
attacks
save
the
this
nearest
arrow
one.
and puts it back.
The octopus attacks
She's
Blue.
We were controlled by this medallion.
Oh.
It was a way to pull us all together as one, and he abused the ability of power.
After that second of a pause in the thing, the octopus attacks the blue one, or whoever's talking. That's next to him.
Yeah, it was the blue one.
Yeah, he's in a rage. He's gone.
Okay,
Oh,
so you're
that-
still attacking?
No, like the octopus is
That-
for lashing out at anything and everything right
Okay.
now and fucking
Yeah, okay,
going.
make a hit. Yeah, that's fine. Make an attack.
I
At
was
advantage.
tempted to shoot my final arrow of sharpshooter at the
Yeah, so
Like, we're done now. Ha!
whichever one was talking, that'll be a 15 to hit.
Do it at advantage because he's fully like submissive at this point.
So
yeah, they both
24
hit.
to hit, 10 bludgeoning, and then it's
Yeah.
it is grappled and restrained.
Okay. It is blue. Its arms are down. It's screaming at this point, like, "What is going on? Help! Help!" And he's trying, like, he's a human
Okay.
form at this point, just trying to get out, and cannot. I'd say we're out of like a standard initiative, and we'll say if anybody wants to try to intervene right now.
Trixie will jump at the octopus to try to stop it from attacking the man.
I mean, you
And
still have an arrow.
I think
Oh yeah, you know what?
also
Fine. I
You still have an
will use
attack.
that last arrow.
I'll also have the earth elemental try and grapple the octopus.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a 20. I'm sure hits for 23 points.
Even half die goes down, and Kieran goes unconscious back in human form.
Goes full unconscious.
Yeah. And it's like his skin when he reverts back. It's like the boils that started growing have started like erupting and like bursting and like little craters along his skin. There's like little like ragged like crystal shards that have beginning to like grow out in like odd protrusions that like have been coming up in like lumps from underneath his skin that burst because all of that got missed while he was in octopus form.
Oh crap! I would say it's an easy grapple for the elemental to pick up at that moment, and sort of hold on to. And I'm just completely jacking up the map at this point with the and picked up. The humans now, they're not werejackals. The humans now are sort of pulling off the side, like I said, put their weapons down, and they're sort of just like, we don't want what he wanted. That was his controlling controlling us with that medallion. We just want to go back to our lives before he amassed this army of us.
That works for us. We were just here we were supposed to be here to release the people that had gone missing. Do you know anything about people going missing?
They sort of look at each other and they're like, they're no longer around. And you sort of think back to a couple of those places where you saw bones on the floor and bones on the ground, and it kind of makes a little bit more sense now. That people don't leave when they come into this area.
Well, I guess I'll have to start collecting the remains. My favorite job.
They don't apologize. They just sort of like look and like we've explained ourselves, and they're sort of looking to be. Are you going to let them go or just slaughter them? It's sort of the look they're sort of giving you guys. Aljin walks over and like starts examining the flower, trying to figure out how to get it out of this. Karen's down. Go ahead, Karen. Are you're 0 HP?
Oh yeah.
Give me a
Death save.
1.
19.
one
Best
save.
roll all night.
Due to your elemental, I'd say, breaks free, the jackals break the other jackal free as they're trying to slowly move out, and you see the elemental turning as the body of Karen is in its hands. I'm just going to move these jackals out of the way. As long as you're not going to just straight up murder them, they're just going to sort of trying to get away from you guys.
Yeah, I'm in favor of just letting him go.
I'm an Eladrin and therefore inherently kind of a shapeshifter, so.
Okay. All right. Aljin's, like I said, over at the flower, sort of looking at it, not paying attention to anything else, sort of coveting his eyes or this gleam in it, like, this is it. This is what I needed. And sort of muttering to himself, not even caring that Kieran's down.
I'm going to throw a first level healing word for Kieran.
Okay.
Hey, he's up at 7.
Up at 7.
Is he what
Still
kinda-
being grappled
is
by
he's-
the element.
Okay. Yep. Excellent. Aljin is sort of looking around trying to find, because I don't think Aljin actually has anything to clip this off with. Okay, he can do that. He pulls this sharpened. It looks like it's just a piece of obsidian rock, and he's like using it slowly to like sort of delicately pull this out. You see, in one hand he has like a almost like not glass, but like a container that he has filled with water that he's going to cut this open and drop it lightly into this water, trying to get it out enough. I'm gonna make a. Oh man, that'd be some hand at disadvantage to see if what happens here. But it takes him some time as this is all going on, and he gets it pushed in there and placed in there, and has a little cap that he puts on top, and he's sort of holding onto it.
May I think in that process, as like Kieran's eyes flitter open and he sees like he's in the process of cutting it and about to store it, and Kieran just whisper over, "Use it to save yourself, lad. This is what happens. And it's my fault anyway. I brought a bit of that Ruidum back. I brought a speck of it with me, and I showed it to your grandmother. That's why she's sick. But if you don't use it on yourself, you'll never make it in time."
But if we don't use this one, will it use the flower? Will it be used up?
We are druids, but the taste of brine is more of my specialty.
He's unsure if it works or not.
Yeah.
Of course,
That's
another DM
Kieran's
shoves
last
something at me.
twist of the knife.
Yeah. Yep. He gives the flower, like Aljin looks at it and sort of gives the flower like the waft sniff to see if anything's like gonna make him go crazy or what. He's not too sure, so he's gonna give it like a little sniff to see if anything happens, because he's going through like, okay, I've seen Morgen make tea out of things. I've seen things like go like that. Maybe it's a tea. Maybe it's just the scent. I don't know. And he's like trying to get through things, trying to figure out how to actually make this work if he wanted to do it. Because all he knows is it's just a flower. So this is all going through a mile a minute's head. What is Trixie up to?
I think mostly she's like looking between Aldrin, like coveting this flower, and then Kieran, who was just a raged out giant octopus and is now a crinkly red man. Like, that is what's happening here. Like, this is not what she signed up for.
Yeah. Is she just gonna peace out?
I think she's gonna knock an arrow and just get ready for something to go bad.
Okay.
Basically, just the threat to defend Dudu.
Yeah. At this point, he looks at Dudu. Aljin looks at Dudu for like anything. Like, he pulls his hand up, and you see the same on his left hand, the same markings that are on Kieran, and he's like, this was supposed to be for my grandma, not me. I wasn't supposed to be sick, but I don't know. I'm unsure, looking for some sort of wisdom. He doesn't make decisions. He just does things.
What I think is you are the future of your clan. Grandmother's had her time. She's made her impact. You must take this if this is your salvation. Perhaps I can help. I am proficient with an herbalism kit. Maybe we can fashion something together.
Okay. Looking a little, knowing that it probably wouldn't be able to stay in this position anyway with the flower. He knows at least how flowers work, and they sometimes die when they're not fed and watered. he would agree to see if you can make anything at least stabilize the flower at this point. Go ahead and give me you have an herbalism kit. Give me a roll for that. And I'm gonna be asking Jack here for some help
Yes.
on this point.
It is like I'm like all right, not trying to jump in on the thing, but I'm like
absolutely.
I'm like this the moment is so like
This-
I did not expect this to go this way at all, but I'm just like this is a good fucking story. But hell yeah, no, I think like an herbalism kit check, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna
See
say
if- I
right
mean-
now that DC is above 25.
Let's see, do I have any spells that'll help me?
Let me see if
Uh,
I have
I've
it.
only,
I was
I've
gonna
only
say
got
if the-
proficiency in Poisoner's Kit.
I
What do
thought.
I have?
Do you
Actually, I have an herbalism. I don't have an herbalism kit, but I have proficiencies in herbalism kits.
Yeah, I think some advantage assistance work action.
Amazing. So advantage, and then is there a way that Trixie can help at all, or is she?
I can tell you if it looks like poison.
Nope, not poison.
I
Still not poison.
will say just as one quick, I don't know how much it'll help too much, but all of this talk of like the red moon and stuff like that, Trixie. I'm not sure how long it's been since you were in the Feywild, but there have been stories of very recently a red moon appearing there. But yeah, that's
It has been a while.
yeah.
But the red moon of destruction isn't exactly a great thing to have.
Not the best omen.
No. Go ahead and make that roll, duty with advantage, as the moonlight still is shining down. Yeah, I have something I was gonna put in there. It would look like this, sort of coming down at the members. I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to see.
Oh, I see like a little bit of like a red tint showed up.
Yeah, a little red tint.
I gotta re-roll. I don't know how to. Oh, I guess I do know how to add advantage onto that roll, but I did.
Fresh dice roll. That one's in jail.
He's in jail. Oh, they're both real bad.
They're both real bad. A 13. I think with
13.
with that, Jack, I'll let you do this side of it.
Yeah, I think with the 13, you'll be able to successfully brew one dose effectively. Especially that little bit of like watching Morgen at her craft kicks in, and like watching Dudu as a full Shari, and I'll even say Trixie, just like that little bit of wild Fey knowledge. Like you're able at one point, like how about like have you tried like putting this in to help like kind of fill it out, or something like that, just like a weird ingredient that somehow works.
But not this one. That
Yeah, I think there'll be one full effective dose. But with that, the knowledge is if there's a ruidus flare, anytime that perhaps, one day in the future, this flower could possibly bloom again. And I will say, Dudu, check your messages.
cool. Aljin takes the herb, the dosage, and is like, well, I don't know. Kieran sort of might need it more. Is he still alive at this point, Kieran?
Yeah, I say he tried to probably just like passed back out,
Passed
but
out.
is like has hit points. It's just he's
just out.
He's zonked.
I think Aljin's just gonna take it back. Well, we should probably just let's get out of here. Let's head back, or are we staying here for the night? It's dark. It's like at this point like 10 equivalent to like 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
We might as well set up camp here. We're not making it back until morning, and I'm too exhausted at this point.
Yeah. Let's say at this point the party takes the long rest. It's been like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at this point it's going to be, I think we might have to see where the rest of this goes.
Mhm.
But at this point, the decision's made. Jack will have a conversation about his ideas of what's going to happen with Aljin at this point. But he has the flower at hand and some new friends and a guy that's passed out that has a bunch of red on him. I think at that point we'll probably have to call it a night.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
So
Good
who
wrap
wants-
up.
Yep.
Does anyone know how many times I shot an arrow in this combat? I think
Bunch.
6.
6. Yeah, probably. Oh, hold on.
Nice. Yeah, and I'll do a quick little sign off on the
6.
thing.
Yeah,
We'll
6.
probably wrap up a good little narrative on what happens next, or well, next episode will be the finale of the Betrayer's Rise, where the rest of the normal party, we're gonna stick with them for a while, I promise. We're all these jumping arounds, but no, it's we'll see how all that concludes, and then see where that puts us in the timeline with all of this. And I don't know, don't stare at creepy red moons and go crazy. Thanks for watching.